favours the CT side quite a bit. Not too much. It is a fairly even map overall, but want to get off to that good start on this side and then just close it out on the terrace side, I guess, is their main goal. And now going live into this pistol round. Over on the CT side, James will be the man to pick up the utility, get himself a smoke and a defuse kit. And over for Red Reserve, actually, there's a couple of players who decide to get smokes and also a flash being purchased by both of those players. So let's see what they go for. Right now, it looks like they will be just immediately executing towards this A-bomb site. They will be grouping up towards ramp and also in the palace, of course. And right now, actually, for the CT side, there is a retake setup. We see one player just back in the CT spawn. One player in jungle also there in position to try and support. But here we go. The execute has commenced. Dima, he will be the first player to get contacted, at least for the CT side, but we do see it returned there by Pless, and he's able to take down one. Put that man advantage in favour now of Red Reserve, and with the bomb planted and full control of the CT spawn, this is going to be a very difficult retake for AVANGAR. Looks like they will actually just group up in the CT spawn together and try and overwhelm the players, the T side players rather. But as we can see so far, not really working out. It is going to be a really nice setup from Red Reserve. They should be finding these kills eventually, and now it's all down to Buster. That flank not really given a chance to get anything done. That's just been kind of denied any sort of impact. He gets one kill at least, but instantly returned by Botan. As Red Reserve, they do pick up the pistol round. As coming into this one, AVANGAR, of course, they will be going for a force buy, but their primary upper and their secondary upper actually won't be fully invested into this one. Just going to be some pistols purchased up by James and Buster, so it looks like they will be looking to, on that first gun round, get out a double up setup. As right now a fast round by Red Reserve, just immediately towards the B bomb site. He's going to try and make this a quick round, up the pace, and we will see two entries being quickly found there by Red Reserve. So I presume now at this point AVANGAR are probably going to give up on this round. Will maybe just look to try and save these pistols if possible, as well as that Kevlar, of course, give themselves a chance in the following round to get some damage done. As they are just sticking back around the jungle position, back in towards the A-bomb site. And Red Reserve, they should be looking to just try and stay alive with 5 players. No real need to hunt in this one. You could maybe send out one of those UMPs, but I'm not really sure if it'd be worth it, as in the upcoming round it is going to be another eco by the AVANGAR side. And there we go. They do just regroup, exit safely through apartments. They know they have control of this part of the map, and because of that, they will remain alive with 5 players, which is really good. They'll be able to start building up some economy already. Won't really have to go for many reinvestments in the following round, other than maybe some utility if that's what they want. But as you can see, 2 AKs, 3 UMPs carried over, and AVANGAR, the 2 players that were at least able to carry over Kevlar, now have some pistols to work with. They have a chance to get at least 2 or 3 kills out of this one if they can. That would be their main goal. Try and drop 1 or 2 of those rifles also if possible for some reinvestments, and maybe even save one themselves if possible, but this should be a fairly easy round for Red Reserve. As it looks like they will actually just go for a bit of a fast round once again, but it may be a bit different than the previous one. They might be trying to split towards this A-bomb site, which could be a bit of a problem. AVANGAR have actually made a bit of a gamble. They have stacked over towards this side of the map, and if Red Reserve go in this direction, we could see some heavy casualties coming in, and maybe even an upset. These pistols, of course, this is CSGO. We know what damage can be done with them. As here we go, Red Reserve grouping up towards ramp. 1 player in the palace, and this could get scary. Of course, still plenty of utility to work with. Flashes, smokes, and also a Molotov available on Pleasant that could be used to try and clear some of these close positions. But let's see how this goes now. Finally, the attack will commence. DJL from Connector. He could get caught off guard. He walked straight into a crossfire, but he is able to stay alive somehow. Finds the first kill. Eventually, we will see 2 kills returned by AVANGAR, but it doesn't seem like it's going to be enough. Kickard, he has just begun to back off now. 10 HP is all he has to work with. Still has Kevlar and a flash as well as the CZ, so I guess his goal now is just save that Kevlar, allow for the extra utility to be bought in the next round with the M4. And Red Reserve should be taking this with 3 players alive. Yeah, for those asking, the lag at the moment, the relay was not working, so this server's GoTV is what we're using, and with no delay, it seems to be having some trouble with a bit of lag, so hopefully we will get that resolved for, if not these games, for the upcoming ones later on today. But yeah, right now AVANGAR able to save at least 1 weapon in the hands of Kickard, 1 pistol that is, but coming in now to the next round with the buy, they should actually have a pretty decent economy to work with. They have enough for both of the ops if they want to get them onto James and Buster. We see Kickert, because of that save, will get a lot of utility to work with alongside that M4. And now, let's see if Red Reserve are going to be able to withstand this first gun round. They have actually upgraded most of their weaponry. They went straight for the up onto Freddy Frog, relax it. He did have a UMP for a moment, but he did end up dropping that eventually and upgrading to that AK. So they're not going to be gone with the bonus round. They are going to go ahead and invest into this one, make sure they have everything they want to work with, and get off to that 4-0 start possibly. But AVANGAR, of course, they do want to try and stop that. As right now, Red Reserve just making a lot of presence towards middle. Lots of smokes were thrown out just to try and slow down the rotates, perhaps have someone pushing up aggressively on short, allow for this B site to be taken over just a little bit easier, as it is only Crizzen at the moment to try and hold this down. But he is jump peeking, so he should be able to find that info quite fast. Only bad thing is he doesn't actually have a Molotov to delay it. All he has is a flash to try and slow it down for a small bit of time. And here we go, they will be making their way immediately towards the bomb site. Two players are in position to try and hold this down, but it's still going to be difficult. Boatin, he gets the first, and the smokes are used perfectly to cut off Buster. He has no chance of getting the trade frag. As now, with full control of this B bomb site, Red Reserve, I was going to say had a one-man advantage, but Freddy Frog, he's going to be able to take down another. Takes Buster down through that smoke, I believe, on short. And now AVANGAR with 3 players alive and a 3-on-5 retake to the B bomb site. I think that's going to be this round already in favour of the Swedes. At this point, I don't know if Red Reserve perhaps could have hunted with 1 or 2 players, but I think the fact that they upgraded all their weapons in this one, they don't want to throw any of it away. They're able to take this gun around perfectly with 5 players alive, so that is a pretty great find by the Red Reserve side. They've been able to take all these rounds so far, at least moderately cleanly, so building themselves up a really good bank early on, meaning that it's going to be even tougher for AVANGAR to try and break their economy and get themselves into a position where they can just try and roll over the remainder of the CT side. So right now, Red Reserve, it's looking good, and AVANGAR, thanks to at least saving those weapons, they will decide to invest into this one. They have a pretty solid buy overall. The only real negative that they have is Buster has been relegated to the UMP rather than an M4. But right now, Red Reserve, they've been loving this fast-paced style, and it has been working so far, so don't fix it if it ain't broken, as this time they will just group towards the A bomb site. It seems like they've kind of just been swapping the site they go towards every single round, and it has actually been working. As right now, it is going to be a smoke down on ramp, which at least slightly delays the push. Once again, AVANGAR with a bit of a gamble of put 4 players on this side of the map, so that may allow for at least a couple kills to come in. But DJL, he gets the first, Dima able to take 1, as is Crizzen, and right now it's been completely shut down. AVANGAR finally been able to step it up. Boatin returns 1. Still with a 1-man disadvantage right now. Red Reserve, that early A push just not really working out, but with a lot of time left to work with now, those 2 players, they can just try and regroup, and most likely, unless AVANGAR take a gamble and stack up a bomb site, they should have a 2-on-1 or a 2-on-2 going in towards the bomb site, giving them a chance to at least get the bomb down. As right now, they will just hightail it back towards this B bomb site, and it's only going to be James to hold it down. He has the up. He's getting very aggressive. If he gets taken down without a kill, this could get dangerous, but he finds 1. He drops the bomb, and now he just falls back to try and play some time as Freddy Frog's in a 1-on-3. James just playing around the bomb site at the moment, wasting as much time as possible. Still 40 seconds to work with, as Freddy Frog, he will get taken down. James finds both of the final kills, and AVANGAR are able to get 1 round onto the board finally. But as I mentioned, Red Reserve, taking those previous rounds fairly easily, they were able to build up a nice bank, so plenty of economy to buy into this one. Interestingly enough, actually, they don't go for the op. Freddy Frog, he had plenty of money, still has 6,000 left in the bank, so I guess happy enough with just sticking onto the 5 rifles. Relaxa is usually the primary upper, which is why I was kind of curious when Freddy Frog picked it up on the previous gun round. I guess that was just due to economy, but here we go. The start of this round, not going to be too good for Red Reserve. Kickart is able to take down 1, and now on the back foot once again, Red Reserve a 4-on-5. This time they aren't able to get any kills for themselves, and they lose the man advantage, so no real trades are found. But then again, Crizzen, he's pushing very aggressively at the moment, pushed right up into the B apartments, and luckily enough for his own sake, he does fall back, because that was a bit of a one-way smoke we saw in the apartments for, I believe that was DJL to work with. I like this angle by Crizzen. It is a really good one when you're on this B-bomb, so you can just get 1 kill, drop out the window, stay alive, so it can be very effective, especially if you just want to try and get 1 kill, remain alive, allow for your team to retain the advantage. So let's see where Red Reserve eventually take this. They have actually grouped the bomb up towards the B apartments, and with 2 players on mid, one of those already looking to try and creep up short. B split, it is looking quite likely, which could be then dangerous from this window position rather. Luckily enough, he has Buster at the moment on short to try and at least deny 1 avenue of attack for the T side. As Bolton now, he'll be leading the way up short. As is being made, the T's, they should be making their presence known soon. But Buster in the ladder room, he's going to be able to take a quick double kill. Finds both of those players, and now it's all onto Freddy Frog and DJL, trying to make their way out onto the B bomb site, but no success to be found. When it's eventually found, it's by Freddy Frog, and now he's the last man standing. Gets himself at least a second kill, a bit of a consolation, but still Kickard instantly returns. And AVANGAR chaining 2 rounds together, and able to do so with 3 players alive, so they should be able to easily drop their weapons, drop some weapons over to their teammates rather. And they have a pretty solid buy coming into this one. As Red Reserve, they spend everything now to get a buy into this one. Let's see what they go for. Looks like it could be a moderately fast round again. They do group up in the B apartments with most of their presence, and Buster, actually interestingly enough, on an MP9 pushes straight up mid, takes down DJL, and that's actually going to go ahead and force the hand of the Swedish side as they instantly make their way towards the B bomb site, but only Krizen was there to try and defend it. Instantly falls, doesn't really get too much damage connected either, so now on a 4-on-4, this is looking pretty decent for Red Reserve. Aggressive mid push by AVANGAR just did not work out, and there we go, perfect by Bolton. Throws the molly down, sprays that position, forces Kickard to either take the bullets or run through the fire and risk dying. And it was the latter that took him down. As now the retake still looks like they may be attempting it. They have the op boosted up to try and find a kill. Rather, no, that was the rifle, that was Buster, and he had zero. He didn't get a chance to really do anything. 0 success. He gets instantly taken down, and because of that, we see Jem already backing off, as is Dima. And Red Reserve been able to return it now, just as their money was beginning to deplete. They're able to pick themselves up another gun round. And AVANGAR, on the other hand, their economy not looking amazing. If they could have saved both of these weapons, they may have been able to scrape a buy together, but I don't think that's going to happen anymore. They do have the op though saved, of course, so let's see what they decide on. Dima can buy up an op also, which he will actually do, and I think he dropped it over to Krizen. Jame, interestingly enough, also dropped his op, so I'm not sure what's going on here yet. But they will eventually end up in the correct hands. Jame will end up with 1, as will Buster. And to actually try and support that, they do have a decent buy, I guess. They have a bit of utility. They have 2 rifles, one of those being an M4, one of those being a FAMAS. And Krizen with the little pocket AK has the CZ as Red Reserve. It looks like they finally have just begun to slow it down, knowing that the buy of AVANGAR is not going to be perfect. Expecting some aggression to come in, similar to what happened in the previous round. As Buster with the op, he will be the one getting aggressive, and he may be able to find this opening kill. The only problem is if he misses, he could get overwhelmed. So let's see what happens in the apartments. We will see some contact being taken over there originally, but right now the CT is just falling back, playing it safe. Don't want to give away this opening kill either, even if they do want to get it themselves. It's all about risk-reward. As right now, Red Reserve, 1 minute and 10 seconds remaining. Not really in too much of a rush to get anything done, but I presume pretty soon they will try and at least get themselves some map control, or at least make a plan of what they want to try and execute later into the round. As they do regroup finally, make their way back in through T-spawn, looking like A will be the site they try to hit, where AVANGAR actually, they've made a bit of a gamble. They've left mid completely open. They've put 3 players on this A bomb site, and actually a couple of those being extremely aggressive forward of where the smokes are going to come in if they do get thrown out by Red Reserve. And then 2 over towards B. There's a lurker being left at the moment, that's DJL. But 4 players on ramp now. They will be walking into a pretty solid CT defense. We see Kickard, he's going to be up close on the ramp, finds the first kill. Won't be able to get a second, does get traded eventually, but Dima is still in position and trades back and forth now. They've was in a 3-on-3. And Buster, I think you heard the footsteps there in the apartments. DJL, not in a great position right now. Could get caught off guard. Jane getting work done towards the A-bomb site also, and Buster doesn't connect that shot, but he will on the second chance. And now it's all on to Freddy Frog, trying to at least get the bomb planted to get that extra money for his team. Won't work out. Krizen had a little gap in the smoke to work with, and AVANGAR been able to bring it back instantly again as they return the favour. 3-5. 2 rounds down the difference, and a pause is being called by Red Reserve. Seems to be just TeamSpeak problems, so it is only a technical pause, but it still gives them some time to discuss what's going on. Buy for Red Reserve, I don't think it'll really be possible. Most likely should be an eco coming up. We see Freddy Frog and Relax. They do have enough to buy. Bowen, Pleasant and DJL are just a bit short. I think even in the upcoming round they will be getting only $1,900, so I think Pleasant maybe still a bit short. You could get the rifle, but you wouldn't have any utility to work with unless he's able to find a kill in this one. And here we go. We are going to be getting back into it. I wouldn't. Oh no, here we go. The buy is going to be coming in by Red Reserve. So They want to go ahead and try and contest this one. They don't want to allow Vanguard to take a round easily. They want to try and stop them in their tracks, and they will get a decent buyout, I guess. They have the 2 rifles to try and lead the way. It will be the twins that pick up the AKs. Freddy Frog and Relaxa. DJL, he's stuck onto a UMP. And pistols for the others, as right now, Kickart. Look at this aggressive push. He's going to be immediately pushing straight up short, and he's going to walk into multiple players. He is alone. Let's see if a flash is going to be thrown out. That could allow him to get these kills, but if not, he may be just walking into a firing squad. As for now, he does just remain towards this top mid position. Red Reserve holding extremely passively. Seems like they are expecting this aggression, but Smokes, they are being prepared for the A-bomb site. I think we're going to see a quick split trying to come in. And Kickart's in a really good position, but he does push forward, and he will get taken down by Freddy Frog. As now Red Reserve claiming that man advantage. The weapon, it should be retrievable for one of these players also. As it seems like with that man advantage, Red Reserve, they're happy enough with just going ahead and cancelling this execute towards the A-bomb site rather. With the man advantage, they'll reclaim the weapon, and then they can look to regroup and just try and take over one of these bomb sites together. James, though, he returns on to Relaxa, so that player that they left rather towards the A-bomb site, the lurk, has been taken down, and actually a really aggressive stance right now by Crizzen, pushed up into the apartments with the UMP. Let's see what he's going to be able to get done, but the problem is he's in such a small position. A lot of players coming in his direction, and it seems like they are ready to check it. Nice flash goes in, but it's not going to work. Crizzen gets himself one before eventually falling, and now the CTs, they have to get a quick rotate in, as the terrorists themselves are going to be looking to try and get in towards this B bomb site, and they will be the first ones to reach this position. As we should see the bomb getting put down now. Demon getting himself in the position for the retake, and Buster actually receiving some damage there. I believe that was off a Molotov. But here we go now. Let's see if this retake is going to be successful. There is utility and the fuse kits available. At the moment, though, Smokes are going to be hindering the movement of the CT side, but coming in from short, Dima able to take himself one. Now it's all onto Freddy Frog and Pleasant, and Freddy Frog up on top of that boost on the bomb site. He will not be able to find a kill. He gets spotted out instantly, kind of a bad position, then nowhere to readjust to, as it's all onto Pleasant. 1 on 2 is winnable. There's the fuse kits, as I mentioned, available, and he's just going to be hiding in the smoke. He hears the defuse. Will he spam through, and he'll find the headshot for himself? And now it's all on the Buster, and he will be found. Pleasant, he clutches it out, and 1 on 3 is going to be found, as Red Reserve, with a bit of a weaker buy there, are able to bring it back instantly, and now it's a Vanguard that are working with a terrible economy. As it is just going to be an eco. So Vanguard, they don't want to try and give Red Reserve a taste of their own medicine. They're happy enough with just sticking with the pistols and trying to get some damage done. Focus on their next buy round. Aggressive push is at least going to be coming in as they try to close the distance. But a pop flash now by DJL should be catching Buster off guard. And there you have it, Pleasant. He's able to find that kill easily for himself. As now with 4 players remaining in a Vanguard, I'd like to see them take maybe a gamble or stack towards one of these bomb sites. The gamble I guess they took was some aggression, and Crizzen was successful with his, but as we saw, it was instantly returned. We saw Dima, I believe that was, being taken down by the op. And no chance there for Crizzen as he gets taken down from top mid by Freddy Frog. So now it's only Jame and Kickart that remain. I guess their goal right now, get a couple kills out of this, try and maybe retrieve themselves a weapon. But I don't think that's going to be really too... I don't think that's really going to be too possible. As right now, Red Reserve just grouping towards the B bomb site. They do have a flank coming in though. Maybe they could get something done with this one, but I don't know. I feel like Red Reserve should be expecting this once they get the bomb down at least, since they haven't spotted out any of the players. They have to be cautious that they could have maybe pushed A. I don't think they heard it though. So, Jam, let's see if he can maybe get 1 kill out of this. That would be his goal, I guess. I guess it depends now if Red Reserve decide to actually try and exit through the apartments, but I don't think that's going to happen. Relaxy, he spots out one of those players, does some damage also, and with the P250s, they actually do push forward. Some damage has been done, but it's not going to be enough to find the kill, unluckily enough. Oh, there we go. DJ Hell gets taken down, so Kickard at least finding one for himself. Standing on top of the bomb, may as well die with he may as well go up with the ship, I guess is the best way to say it. The captain always goes down with a ship, so he's going to go up with the bomb. As right now, it is going to be a buy finally coming back in for a Vanguard, but it's not really going to be perfect. They don't have the op this time. They do actually have some weaker weaponry onto 2 of their players, as it's going to be Crizzen and Jame working with a UMP and a FAMAS. And Red Reserve now. Let's see if they go back to that fast-paced play, as it seems like they may be, with a lot of players instantly going over towards the B apartments. Prison and Buster in position to try and hold this down, but it seems like instead Red Reserve, they will be focusing on just getting mid control, or at least they were looking to try and do so with a couple players through underpass, but I may have been wrong, making me look foolish, as they do just continue to sit around in the B apartments waiting for the aggression to come in. We do see also DJL, he seems to be the set lurker for this side, in towards middle, looking to try and creep up into connector. As now, there's still just about a minute remaining, but it looks like they may be beginning to move into this bomb site now. Nice find by Kickguard, able to turn around in time to find DJL lurking up through the connector, smoking. Now the terrorists making their way out onto the bomb site. Buster absolutely shuts it down. 3 quick kills. It's all on to Relaxa now. It was a 1-on-5, but he is able to find that first kill at least. But 50 seconds now for him to actually try and retrieve the bomb, try and get it down and find 4 kills. It's going to be almost impossible unless some mistakes are seriously made by the AVANGAR side, which I wouldn't presume will be happening. As Relaxa just sitting back in the apartments now. He is also being flanked. He should be getting taken down any moment. JM in position, as is Dima. And there we go. Dima with the wall bang is able to take him down. As AVANGAR get themselves up to 4. Red Reserve going for the buy again. That's interesting. I wasn't expecting this to happen. I was expecting them to go for the eco. When they have such a massive lead, I don't think these force buys are really needed. It just gives AVANGAR a shot to try and come back into the game. But I guess they want to go for it. It will be a fairly standard split and pick default, it seems, as they just put 2 players over towards the B apartments, 1 to watch under, 2 over towards A, and 1 holding the mid push really passively, which is, I guess, a good decision since AVANGAR have gone aggressive towards this part of the map quite a few times already into this game. There we go, Relaxa. He's able to open it up. Finds Jame, wins out that op battle, and gives Red Reserve a nice advantage to work with now into this round. And AVANGAR on the back foot. They know that there has been a buy being brought into this one, at least by Red Reserve. They know there's an op available. They don't know what else, but they will be looking to try and maybe counter-aggress on this one. Pushing straight in towards ramp to try and get themselves the info. They will be able to at least get into a bit of a more advanced position. Give them a good chance to try and take down a couple of players and get that info, go for a gamble stack. And right now, we see Red Reserve, they haven't really changed the setup. They're continuing on with this fairly passive default. They will be just splitting up around the map. 50 seconds remain, so the decision should be made soon about where they want to take this one. And with the bomb still in T-spawn, I'm not quite sure where that's going to be towards. It seems like they may be favouring A, at least a small amount. But no, the bomb, it is going to actually go back over towards the B apartments. So let's see if they're going to be successful at getting in towards the spot on the map. Prison, he's pushed aggressively once again. So with very little time left, this could be a pretty big problem for the T side. And there you go, Prison. He finds himself at least 1, gets a second onto Plessin. And no trade in position right now is Relaxa, I believe that is with the op. He'll eventually pull out the Glock and find the trade. But very little time left now for them to try and get onto this bomb site. And there is already 2 players in position, as well as a quick flank. As Freddy Frog trying to lurk from the A bomb site. No chance to really do anything. It is going to be the round gun in favour of AVANGAR, and I guess Botan right now just hoping to be able to save this up. And he takes a nice kill there, a bit of a consolation on the exit, as it is going to be AVANGAR picking themselves up a fifth round, and Freddy Frog actually got taken down, so no weapon's going to be... That was actually after time also, that's not good. Freddy Frog has literally $0 in the bank. Can't afford a single thing into this round. They do at least have an op to work with, so that's a small positive. And oh, he gets the connection there. Almost finds the second for himself, but doesn't quite do so. Doesn't get the kill, but at least gets some damage. Gives a bit of an easier chance now for these pistols to be able to maybe take down this player later on. It's Quickheart. He's going to go ahead and take the op. Takes that back. The Law of Bogdan, of course, if he's low HP, he'll be the one that has to use it. Steal was wrong, apparently. But yeah, coming into this one now, let's see what they decide to go for eventually, because it's all really up to Botan to try and make those opening plays. He has to try and push aggressively forward. He has to try and open up one of these bomb sites and give a chance for his teammates to catch the defense by surprise. Right now, they will be just continuing on with a pretty standard default, it seems. 50 seconds now remains. Buster, nice find on short, takes down Botan. The op will be retrieved by Freddy Frog, but not for very long. Instantly going to be dropped, and this round now should be easily going in favour of AVANGAR. Red Reserve trying to make their way out of the apartments. They have the pistols, and 1 or 2 kills I guess wouldn't be too bad of a find, but doesn't seem likely anymore as DJL is the last man standing. And the bomb's still up in the apartment. He has already dropped down. Nice shot there. Gets himself a nice one dig. And he gets a second onto Crizzen. Unluckily, he doesn't have the most amazing HP, so a nade will instantly return the favour. But AVANGAR now, they lost a couple of rifles at least in that round. Their economy, as we can see, it's not really amazing. But I think at this point in the half, it shouldn't really be too big of a deal. There's only 2 more rounds to go. Red Reserve, they still don't have the money to buy into this one. Seems like they will be just working with a couple of pistols being upgraded. Relax it. He goes for the Kevlar, interestingly enough. What's his economy like? That's a strange choice because he should still have enough for the op into the next round. He will get $2,900, but he needs at least 1 or 2 kills, I think, to be able to get the full Kevlar. And once again, AVANGAR showing a lot of confidence with these aggressive pushes. Kickart is the one this time to just immediately push down towards middle, face underpass, and now he's pushing up to try and take this fight against Botan also, and he gets the damage in. So early on, AVANGAR, their aggressive pushes, they don't claim any casualties, but they will at least be weakening, softening the opponents for when they do finally approach a bomb site. There we go, DJL, he finds that opening kill on the B bomb site. We'll be able to push immediately out towards B. There is 2 players still in position to hold this one down, and sadly for Red Reserve, they don't have the bomb nor any of their players grouped up to actually try and capitalize on that opening kill. And as we can see, it will instantly be returned there by James. So it is going to be now a 4-on-4 to firepower, heavily in favour of the AVANGAR side, as Red Reserve trying to advance onto the A bomb site, still not having any real success at finding any more opening kills. Crizzen, he finds one on towards DJL. And now Crizzen gets himself a second. So just shutting this down right now, the rifles as expected. It's all on to Relax It, that eagle that he invested into, along with the Kevlar. No success has been found. There is still some damaged players, of course, that he could maybe take down, but no, Crizzen, he steps it up massively in that round, finds the remaining 3 kills towards the end. As the final round of the first half now, it is going to be the full buy for both sides. The ops coming out, plenty of utility, and Kickart once again with an aggressive stance. He is going to be making that jump up onto short, rather on towards the railing, but he will be flashed off and now just forced to play a little bit more passively, as it doesn't seem like Red Reserve actually want to try and get themselves mid control. They're just having a they're just trying to make a little bit of presence, I guess, just trying to keep the CT side a bit more focused on this position as their main plan. It does seem to be the execute towards the A bomb site. They are just going to be trying to use this wall of smokes to allow them to at least get the bomb plant and then work from the after plant. But at the moment, the AVANGAR seems like they definitely have a read on this. They're stacking towards the A bomb site with 3 players. They have an aggressive push into B apartments, allowing them now to rotate Buster over also. And a great usage of utility is going to really slow down this push. Red Reserve at the moment, they are just going to be held back by the smokes, as finally they will begin trying to advance. Dima, though, he's playing close to ramp. He finds a quick double headshot. James going to be able to return it, as he also is able to pick himself up a second. And now DJL is the last man standing. This lurk that he's been going for basically all half, he hasn't really had any chance to get anything done any of those times. And there we go, James. He closes it out, as it is going to be an A7 half in favour of AVANGAR. While we're swapping over, I just want to go ahead and tell everyone to quickly check out Farmskins.com. They are, of course, the people that make this stream possible. They claim that they have better drops than Gaben, so you can go ahead and open up yourself some nice cases. But we should be getting back into the action now in just a moment, as the second pistol round is going to be going live. And with an A7 scoreline, it is going to be as close as it possibly could have been. So we should see we will see rather a very important pistol round now coming up to see who's going to be able to take the control early on into the second half, and who's going to be able to have themselves the lead early on. As right now, actually, interestingly enough, no utility at all for AVANGAR. They're just going immediately for some Glocks, and Kevlar just looking to try and get themselves those opening kills, just try and overwhelm their opponents. Go for a faster paced round and close the distance instantly, as it seems like for now they will just group up towards ramp. Smoke goes down eventually, but it is going to be a bit late. Actually, that was just a decoy by Botan, interestingly enough. Strange chase, but out towards the A-bomb site now, the T is they have been able to get themselves some at least advanced ground. They've been able to push forward, Relax It. Happy enough now with taking that 1 kill, will just fall off. And with a 1-man advantage now, Red Reserve having the defuse kit, having the smoke to work with to be able to try and get that defuse. It is now going to be a pretty difficult round for the T side, but as I say that, aggressive push by Kickart, looking to try and make that play. He knows he has to try and find something for his team to work with, as he finds that single kill towards Connector and another onto Freddy Frog. As it's now going to be a 3-on-3 with all the CT players coming in from the CT spawn, but it's on default, the bomb. It's not planted for them. Kickard, nothing he can do. And the bomb, it will be defused. All the kills are found. Red Reserve taking that pistol round. They will be able to equalize the scoreline. It is going to be 8-8. And the AVANGAR at least getting the bomb plant. We likely should see an eco coming now into this round. Kickart dropped an AK over the Buster. Okay. We've seen this at the Major quite a bit. We've seen this done in the past also. But Buster now, let's see if he's going to be able to get this done. It means coming into this next round, both Buster and Kickart are going to be a little bit low on economy. They won't have everything they want. But it gives them a chance now in this one to try and pull this off. I presume Red Reserve probably not really going to be expecting an AK to be brought into this round. So they could maybe be caught off guard. Maybe taking some more aggressive fights that they wouldn't be doing if they knew they were up against rifles. So let's see if that's going to work out right now for AVANGAR. As Red Reserve themselves, playing this one fairly safe. They go for 3 rifles, one of those being a FAMAS. And there we go, Buster. He's going to be able to take down Plesson, who is trying to face towards middle. Boaten needs to be careful facing off against the AK at that range with only a FAMAS. As now with a 5-on-4. Nice opening kill by AVANGAR. They still have some utility, but the smokes have all been used. So only flashes now to work with. Let's see where they eventually decide to take this one. They will be now grouping up in the T-spawn, it seems, and making their way back towards A. And with one player close up to the connector, they will have a couple different positions to try and attack this A bomb site from. As now 30 seconds remaining. Finally, we will see the terrorists try and commit to a bomb site. Not working out so far. Relax it in the DJL, being able to pick up a couple headshots. Buster with the AK hasn't really had a chance to get anything else done, as he will eventually fall. And it's Boaten from under Palace actually to find himself a quick spray down with the FAMAS. Finds 3 players. And now it will be AVANGAR going for the buy. But as mentioned, they are going to be a bit low on economy onto a couple of those players. We see JM actually is able to drop an AK over towards Kickard. He decides to just go with the CZ body armor, and Buster, because of the investment in the previous round, will be just working with a pistol himself. As Red Reserve claims themselves the advantage, and they also do so in this round, but as Relaxa opens it up by taking down Dima. So 5-on-4 now in favour of Red Reserve. AVANGAR already losing one of those rifles also, which is not ideal. It's retrievable at least. We see James trying to get this for himself, trying to pick up that AK that he did sacrifice earlier on, dropping it over to a teammate. But Buster, nice find there. Fast up short, finds the opening kill with the CZ, but it will be instantly returned. DJL from, I believe that was Connector, is going to be able to use the gap in the smoke to put the advantage back in favour of Red Reserve. Oh, by the way, guys in chat, I'm only 19. I'm not 100. I'm not 40. I'm not 50. I wish I had that many years of life experience, but sadly I don't. I just have a very deep voice, especially when I've only woke up recently enough. So it'll start to lighten up a little bit later on. Apologies if I'm a bit boring for you right now, but solo casting isn't too easy. I usually try and interact with the chat, so I guess I'll get that going a little bit more while we have some stalemates. But right now, we should probably focus on this round. We do see actually an interesting position by Crizzen. He's going to be able to lurk around in towards jungle, maybe even able to get himself a flank on towards the B bomb site, as it doesn't seem like they're going to be expecting this one. But grouping up with the other 2 players now in the B apartments, they will be looking to just try and at least get this bomb down, but it's not going to be an easy task. Pleasant, he will find the first kill. And now Crizzen and Jame, no real luck trying to get in towards this bomb site. But then again, Crizzen finds himself one. If he gets the second, it could get dangerous. But he will fall before Jame is able to return it. So bomb plant at least going to be confirmed. It is now a 1 versus 2. Make that a 1 versus 1. Jame able to get that opening headshot. And now coming in from kitchen, Boaten only has a UMP to work with, but 34 HP for Jame makes it a bit easier now for him to try and finish this one off. Doesn't really seem to be aware that Jame has repositioned to short. And he's spotted out Boaten now. Can just try and play for the time, as Boaten at least has a defuse kit, but only utility available now is a flash. I presume he's going to just go ahead and tap this and try and bait out Jame into the open. And there we go. Does so perfectly, but he doesn't find the kill yet. More damage has been done. He eventually gets the kill, but the Molotov, it is going to be down. Is it in the right position? He's burning alive. Will he have it? And he will just about, I believe. There we go. Right on the last tick. 0.1 seconds remaining. What a round by Boaten. They're able to clutch that one out just about. Tyrone's a cool name. I kind of wish that was my name. But no, my name is Dean. So yeah, it's not Tyrone, sadly, but AVANGAR. They actually are going to go ahead and buy into this one, interestingly enough. I guess getting the bomb plant made them want to just try and at least get something done into this one. They know they kept the economy very low, Red Reserve also, by getting all those kills, only allowing one to survive, but that's not a good start. Relaxa. He's able to actually get a wall bang through the top mid box and take down one player, so advantage once again early on in favour of the Swedish side. Buster also being taken down to 52 points of HP, and the op again. This time it's the one that's in the hands of Freddy Frog that takes down Crizzen. And so far, AVANGAR haven't been able to get anything done. Only 2 players remain, Buster and Kickert, as Red Reserve are looking likely to be able to increase this lead even further. Now, all on to Buster. 1 on 5 his positions now, and he gets the first kill at least, but I don't really think too much more is going to be done, unless Red Reserve make a lot of mistakes pushing forward, but with some pop flashes and stuff being thrown out, it looks like they are just trying to waste some time. They know that it is Buster that has to try and make them move, and he doesn't even have the bomb at the moment, so if he's not able to retrieve that, there's no chance of him really getting anything done, and there you see it, DJL is just going to be able to shut him down. And finally, AVANGAR looks like they will go for an eco, so not buying into this one. They will at least put a small investment. They have quite a lot of money bonus to work with, so going into the next round, they will actually have the full money bonus for losing 5 runs in a row, which means $3,400 on top of what they currently have, and their economy's not looking too bad right now. So pistols, some Kevlar to work with, some utility. The goal right now, I guess, is to keep the economy of Red Reserve low, because they have been able to get quite a lot of damage done. As we can see, there's players who are actually currently only in the 3 digits, so 750 for Plessin. DJL also only has 950. So if they are able to win out a gun round and keep causing the damage, eventually they will be able to force an eco. As AVANGAR, interestingly enough, with only pistols, taking this one extremely slow. I'd presume they do have a bit of a plan, at least since they have that utility invested into. They have the smokes onto 2 of those players. One of them now has been used, I believe, in towards Connector to allow them to try and maybe creep up closer to that position. As the bomb, interestingly enough, also comes back to join them. But Buster, not having any luck early on. We see him being taken down to low HP, but as is Relaxa, brought to 12, actually, he comes out worse for wear, as eventually DJL will now be able to take down 1 player. So the rifles, we should see them be able to hold this down at the long range angled. Boaten, he's playing on top of the ticket booth, interestingly enough. Could have been dangerous if he got caught off guard from ramp, but it's actually DJL to go down. So now in a 4-on-4 with even an AK retrieved for Kickart, this could get a little bit scary. This could get dangerous. Boaten trying to deny the bomb plant will actually be able to do so. JM, he got spotted from short, I believe, and forced out into the open, but Trade's coming back. Dima, he finds a great shot. Freddy Frog and Relaxa out to double up the twins. They step it up when it's needed, and now it's all onto Crizzen with that AK in hand. It's gonna be a 1 versus 2. And he only has 37 points of HP to try and pull this one off, but Relaxa being low HP, both of these players working with ops. If the shots are missed, he certainly has a chance to try and win this one out. Up on top of the box, Relaxa seems to have the read on it, but there we go. Crizzen finds himself the first. Freddy Frog now has to clutch this out. There will be a lot of pressure on him to try and win this one. Crizzen on 37 points of HP spots him out, and he does end up falling. Freddy Frog, he finds the final kill and clutches it out. But once again, as I mentioned, AVANGAR, very little investment into that round. They were just looking to try and get a couple kills out of it, and they are able to get 4 kills and also a bomb plant. So damage and some extra money for themselves, as now they have plenty to work with. James will be able to get the op, a pistol, some utility also to work with if he wants to do so. And now over on the CT side, they are going to be just scraping the end of their bank to get this buyout. They have about 1,500, 2,000 left onto the rest of the players, but that wouldn't really be enough to get a buy in the following round if they lose this one. As now, AVANGAR focusing on mid-control. On Mirage, mid-control, one of the most crucial points to take for yourself. It is something that you'll see done by basically every single team. It gives you the option to get a player into connector to lurk to try and split towards that bomb site, and you can also do something similar with ladder room, but there we go. Kickard, he gets himself 1 kill, will be instantly returned, which does tend to favour the T side, but when Freddy Frog is able to get 1 instantly again, it looks a bit more dangerous. Buster takes down DJL, but it's costly in terms of the HP, brought down to only 10. It's now in a 3-on-3 Red Reserve. Going to be just splitting this one up. 1 towards B, 1 mid, and 1 on the A bomb site. And by doing so, they are able to bring it back into their favour. And now it's all onto Dima and Crizzen. We've seen Crizzen in the previous round almost been able to pull off the 1 versus 2. But this time, he is going to have a teammate to support him. Boaten able to take down Dima. All onto Crizzen once again. Gets the first, but Freddy Frog, he wins out that duel. Very similar to the previous round. Same positions. And it is going to be Red Reserve to get themselves up to 13. So AVANGAR Not really getting much done in that round. But thanks to the loss bonus, they will still be able to buy up into this one. As now, AVANGAR, the game is starting to slip out of their grasp, I guess the best way to say it right now. Since swapping over to this T side, they haven't been able to pick up a single round. It's been 6 in a row for Red Reserve now, as they have been fairly close. They have been at points looking like AVANGAR were just kind of losing out the most important jewels towards the end, but for the last round there especially, they kind of just got shut down. As now AVANGAR grouping up towards the A-bomb site, going for a bit of a faster paced round. The default they've been going for, most of them so far, hasn't really been working, so trying to make a bit of an adjustment. They will be just looking to try and instantly go into an A-bomb site execute. And let's see how this is going to go for them. Plenty of smokes. They have a few Molotovs also to clear out these positions, such as Molly under the palace, Molly in the bench also, so that the jungle smoke, that the player actually can't push through it. As now Relax It, going to be the sole player here to actually try and defend this, and he's just making his way on top of Palace. Let's see if he gets anything done as AVANGAR do finally begin to move out. Relax It finds himself the first. Botan going to be pushing in through. He does get damaged from the molly, but he will find one at least before falling. As it is now a 3-on-3. Zero utility remains for AVANGAR. So once these smokes begin to fade, it could get difficult. But luckily enough, the bomb plant, it is going to be going down. No one in CT spawn to try and deny it. Or at least there wasn't at that time, as there is going to be one now in position. That is Plessin. But Demon takes down DJL. So a good position now for AVANGAR as they claim the man advantage. And now it's going to be up to 2 to try and find the retake. One of those being enough. Plessin, he will end up falling. And Dima, he finds the final. Actually, it's Kickart who gets it. As it is going to be AVANGAR getting themselves up to 9 finally. And doing so with 3 players alive means they will be able to drop over 2 rifles to the players who got taken out in the previous round. Where am I from? I'm from Dublin, Ireland. But yeah, Red Reserve, I don't really think too much will happen in this round. They have just gone for an eco, so oh no, never mind. Plessin, he's making me look foolish once again as he takes down Kickert early on. So nice eagle shot must have came in there, I presume. He actually gets himself an AK also, but going for another aggressive peek, it won't really work out. Buster does return it. And now back into a 4-on-4. It is actually going to be AVANGAR now that are able to reclaim that advantage. They'll be happy enough with that trade that they were able to find. They know that the AK isn't really in a position that could be retrieved by the CT players because of it being an underpass. So they're happy enough bringing it into a 4-on-4. As it looks like we have, the AVANGAR side have made a decision. They have decided to just immediately go towards B. Most of their players being sent up short. Relax It. He's still in towards the van, but it is going to be checked and he should be found. He gets one actually. Remains alive for the moment. Jame able to take one back onto DJL, and Botan with the deagle. This could get dangerous, but luckily enough for the sake of AVANGAR, he won't be able to connect the shots quite yet, and Dima will end up denying it. Takes him down. Buster with the final. As Freddy Frog will also head on towards the cemetery. But now coming into this round, the economy still actually not great for Red Reserve. I was going to say they may be able to get a buyout. I didn't actually look. It was only Freddy Frog who could buy. He has 5,800. The rest of his teammates still are facing an eco, so there should be maybe just a couple pistols being upgraded, some damage. Some damage, hopefully, for the sake of Red Reserve being done. Keep the economy of AVANGAR modest. As right now, Red Reserve, they had a plan. Their plan was to try and face mid together with a pop flash, but it's not going to work out. We see the T's are just creeping out towards the A-bomb site. They are now going to make their presence known. Red Reserve realise that there's no one towards middle, or at least if there is, it's very, very little presence. As Dima is going to be just shutting this down. Nice kills being found, gets himself a quick double. Will eventually be returned. I thought that was going to be Freddy Frog finding it, but it's actually Plessin instead. And now it's all on to Plessin. Has himself one kill, trying to get some more damage, but he won't be able to do so. Buster, he's been stepping it up over these past couple of rounds on the T side so far. He has now got himself up to 21 to 18, actually the top performer on the AVANGAR side, and actually the top performer on the entire server. As now, Red Reserve, the adaptation that they've decided to go for is to get that double op set up out. Once again, it was working very well earlier on. Botan and Freddy Frog will be the 2 players. Interestingly enough, Relax It, he is the primary opper, so it's strange that he won't be one of those players with the op in his hand. As right now, over towards B, the op for the T side is going to be trying to find a very aggressive opening. As James was pushed up forward with the smoke, creeping his way up through the apartments. Freddy Frog, he takes down Buster though. And Plessin is going to be able to drop James. So it's not working out early on from AVANGAR. They had an idea. They tried to early on go and get those aggressive get those aggressive picks, rather, get the opening kills for themselves. And they just had no success, as now it's all on to 3. Dima, Crizin, and Kickart are going to be the last 3 that remain alive for AVANGAR. And it looks like they will just try and go straight towards this A bomb site. One player coming up connected, that's going to be Kickart. He needs to find this opening kill, but he won't be able to do so. Relaxa shuts it down. And now it's all into Dima and Crizin. Both of these players trying to make their way out of ramp. And they're not having any success at all. Botan with the op gets himself yet another. And it's all onto Dima in a 1-on-5. No damage is being connected yet onto any of these red reserve players. So he has to get himself 500 damage in total. And he starts it off well. Gets himself 1 kill without actually receiving any damage himself. So still has 100 HP to work with. But he also only has 40 seconds, as he doesn't really have the chance right now to go back towards B. If he was to do so, he'd have to sprint it. And that would make his presence known. But he crosses to the bomb site. The bomb plant should at least come in. But there is utility available. As now, bomb down, 1-on-4. Gets a little bit easier, but still not going to be very easy for him to do. As you can see, DJL, of course, finds that final kill. So Red Reserve, they take themselves up to 14. 3 rounds now in the lead for the Swedish side as AVANGAR. Their economy, it is still looking decent, so they will be able to buy up once again. Let's see if they're going to be able to return the favour themselves and instantly reset the economy for Red Reserve. As now, wow, double up setup from AVANGAR. Okay, this is not something you see. One of those being a glass cannon on the Buster, so this is maybe a bit of a last-ditch effort now to try and bring themselves back into this, because it's not often you see a double up setup on T side of any map, and Mirage especially, I think, is one of those that you don't see it very often. Train is one that we have seen it in the past. We saw that all the Mortals line up with KNG and Henny, being able to, well, doing that quite often. They would pick them up on the T and the CT side, so we know it is possible on at least some maps. But Buster right now, he goes for full utility instead of actually getting himself Kevlar also, which means that he is going to be quite vulnerable to any utility from the CT side, which could be dangerous with the op. Then you're kind of denied being able to actually go for those aggressive opening picks. Because right now he does just sit back towards the ramp, very limited in terms of what you can actually get done for the moment. And if he does decide to peek, Botan, he's perfectly posted up on his position right now, flashed out. Actually perfect in return, as focus rather forces him off the angle, and he's going to be unable to get that shot there as he looks for the reface. So now 5-on-4, opening kill by Jame, takes down Relaxa, who got a little bit overzealous there, perhaps looking to try and find the opening kill towards Connector. Slow walk straight out into the crosshair of an opponent, and the kills will be returned. DJL, he's stepping it up when it's required. He finds a quick double kill, back into a 3-on-3 now, as the bomb yet to actually make its way to the bomb site. It is going to be coming in from ramp. We see Buster taking a very aggressive stance now as he pushes up forward towards the Connector. And he's just going to be looking to try and get some control in towards jungle to allow this bomb to be planted in a decent position. As the flank right now from both DJL and Plessin, it could cause some damage. Freddy Frog, of course, yet to make a move. Wants to just wait for his teammates to get into position so they can get this one done. As Crizin, he's aware that the flank is a possibility. In DJL, he may have a tough time winning out this battle, but the timing, it may work in his favour. But no, Crizin, never mind. He's able to turn back. He finds DJL. And now it's all on to Plessin and Freddy Frog, as they are going to be coming in from Palace and CT spawn. It's being done. Plessin, he picks up 2 headshots, but it won't be enough. Buster, he returns it instantly and is able to pick that op back up once again also. And Red Reserve, actually, they don't have a lot of money coming into this one. They were able to get themselves 3 M4s out, a UMP, and Botan on a Deagle, so they at least have something to work with. But if they're to lose this one, then likely AVANGAR should be able to equalise the scoreline at 14-14. As now, Buster, he will be leading the way up short. A nice little wall of smokes. I believe one of those was drawn by the T-set, the other by the CT player on short, which is Freddy Frog. Looking to try and deny the aggressive push up short for the T's. But Buster, he will be leading the way back onto the AK-47, and it's actually not going to work out. He gets taken down by Freddy Frog, so opening advantage going to be going in favour of the CT side, which was well needed considering they're actually working with a pretty weak buy. And Botan takes down Jame also with the Deagle, and they're all going in favour of Red Reserve right now. Relax it, and Freddy Frog stepping it up. It's all on the Deem. It was lurking in towards Palace, but now he's the last man standing and has to try and make his way back to pick up that bomb. Let's see if he's going to be able to get anything done. As in a 1-on-4, it is going to be a tough road ahead. As Red Reserve able to most likely upset with a very weak buy coming into this round. It was perhaps the last chance for AVANGAR. If they lose this one, rather, their economy, it is going to be broken. Demon now making his way up short is going to walk straight into the crosshair of 3 players. And there you go, he will be found by Freddy Frog, who ends that round with 3 kills. As now Red Reserve, they take themselves map point, 15-12. AVANGAR, as I mentioned, their economy not looking good. They are going to be working with just pistols and Kevlar into this one, as it's their last chance to keep themselves alive in this map. Otherwise, we are going to be heading on over towards, I believe it is Overpass as the second map, and Inferno as the decider. So let's see who's going to be able to pull this one off. Will AVANGAR remain alive, or will it be Red Reserve to close out the first map? As right now, AVANGAR seems like they will be just splitting up around the map, going for a standard default, making their way out towards middle, also creeping 2 players up through the underpass. It looks like the A-bomb site may be the target destination later on into the round. But for now, it is just going to be all the players holding back. The CT side themselves, they have a pretty good setup here actually. 2 players close to ramp, one player spotting the connector rather from the ticket booth, and as he gets spotted out there, he is just going to decide to fall back off and throw down a Molotov. And Freddy Frog, he opens it up. Dima, rather, going to be able to come out of Palace and take down Boaten. And Buster walking through smoke, maybe in trouble here. But then again, DJL doesn't seem to be expecting this position. That's Prison. He'll be the first one to get his way towards the bomb site. Nice trade there as he taps away with the CZ. Maybe able to find a second, but it's actually Buster to do so. So now it's all onto Freddy Frog and Relaxa. Once again, the dynamic duo, the twins, they have to try and clutch it out if they want to stop AVANGAR from being able to keep themselves alive in this map. As the bomb, it will at least be planted now. 3-on-2. Time beginning to tick. Relax. It does have a defuse kit. The Molotov goes down to force Buster into the open, but he gets both headshots. What is that by Buster? 2 quick kills with the Deagle. As AVANGAR get themselves up to 13, and only 2 in a row now is needed for them to force overtime. As Red Reserve, they don't have the economy into this one to buy. It is just going to be an eco, so I don't think we'll see a lot being done on this one. It will be the next round that we are primarily going to be focused on, which is going to be the next buy round. But even then, I don't think Red Reserve are really going to have the best economy. They will be lacking some utility. Maybe even 1 or 2 players will be stuck on weaker weaponry. But Boaten, he finds the opening kill. Krisen going to be able to return it. And it looks to be a fast play right now coming in by AVANGAR. Just immediately towards this A-bomb site. Freddy Frog, he's the only player in position right now to try and hold this down. And all he has is a USP to do so. That's a great usage of utility so far has been thrown in by AVANGAR. Freddy Frog forced back off the angle. And some kills now being found by Kicker, as you would expect. Picks up 2 with the AK-47. It's all on to Relax It. He is going to be in a 1-on-4. I don't think there's much that can be done as he's right now just trapped in connector. I don't think his position is known, which is a positive. But still, only a P2000 to work with. Going to be difficult for him to really get anything done in this situation. He has been spotted now, so unlikely he's going to do anything. We'll just begin to back off, or rather he will actually reface with a P2000 and get taken down, so nothing really to lose either. But I was presuming maybe he would have waited and hoped that someone would have hunted him down. But now it is going to be 1 round in the difference. AVANGAR, if they take this one, we will be heading into overtime. If Red Reserve take it, then we will be heading on towards Overpass and give Red Reserve rather that 1-0 start on this map. But right now, let's see what's going to happen. AVANGAR not working with an op, interestingly enough. They are just going to be using the 5 rifles. I'm not sure if they had enough to purchase one up. As right now, they are going for a bit of a faster round. The bomb actually left all the way back in T-spawn. 3 players pushing immediately up towards connector. And Boaten is going to hear those footsteps, I do believe. And he's going to be able to find it. Takes down Buster. 5-on-4 in favour of Red Reserve. As it is going to be AVANGAR now on the back foot. 4 against 5 to keep themselves in this map. Let's see what they're going to be able to get done as they desperately look to try and get something now. Creeping their way up towards connector still with 2 of those players. The bomb's still back in the spawn, so even if they want to commit to this bomb site right now, they have to at least go back and pick up the bomb first. Kickart will be the man to do so. JM continues lurking in towards middle, but it looks like he is also going to be just repositioning himself and sitting in towards Delpan, waiting to see if he can try and get himself maybe one of the kills on towards the rotate. Catch the player pushing up short, maybe. But here we go. AVANGAR, they need to find this opening kill, and DJL in a great position with the op will actually miss the flick and fall to Krisen. So this gives a chance now for AVANGAR, as they are going to be able to get out towards the bomb site. There is CTs in position. There is 1 player in the jungle. But I don't think he's going to really be able to get much done. And JM also in this position that was mentioned earlier, just lurking in towards Delpan. Is going to be slowing down Red Reserve on the rotate. They have to be wary of the... They have to be wary of mid. They have to be worried that there could still be a player in this position. And you can see because of that right now, they are going to be allowing the time to run down on the bomb. JM, he finds himself Relax It. As now it's only going to be Boaten, Pless, and then Freddy Frog to try and clutch this one out to deny overtime. And it's not going to be easy with JM being able to find yet another kill in towards middle. Boaten eventually returns 1. but it's still looking almost impossible, especially without a defuse kit, as the bomb, it is beginning to tick away, and it's all on the boat, and as we will head into overtime. And we won't be waiting too long either. We will be getting immediately back into the action. As you can see on your screen right now, it is only 2 more seconds until we will be resuming. And now both teams, they are going to have plenty of money. They'll have the economy to purchase up everything they want. So let's see what they decide to buy up. Will we see those double ops coming out once again? The match actually has been paused by DJL, I believe that was. So Red Reserve calling for a pause. It hasn't been specified if it's a tactical or a technical pause or not. So I guess we'll wait to see and find out. But for now, we are going to be just on a small pause. Both of these teams, it will give them time to discuss over what's going wrong. Especially Red Reserve, who actually lost the final 4 or 5 rounds, I believe that was, in a row. Hopefully we won't be on pause for too long, guys. The chat, I forgot the chat is actually quite delayed, so there's so many people hoping for 16-14. Sorry guys, but we went to overtime. You may be a bit disappointed if you were rooting for Red Reserve, but still, they still have a chance to win this one. AVANGAR also keeping themselves alive, and this is as they're getting a little bit closer than I was expecting when Red Reserve first reached that map point. So let's see who it's going to go in favour of eventually, as the pause, it is still active, and it has been at least called for the pause to be removed by Dima, but yet to be confirmed by Red Reserve, so hopefully it will be any moment now when we get back into the action. Who picked Mirage? AVANGAR picked Mirage. Red Reserve picked Overpass. And the decider, if needed, is going to be Inferno. And we've seen some pretty nice Inferno deciders recently, especially at the Major. So hopefully, if it does go that far, we will have an amazing match coming in. But I don't think it's going to live up to the hype of the Major, but hopefully. 20-15 for AVANGAR, someone said in the chat. I don't think that's possible, though, because it's the first to 19 that wins. If both teams get 18, it is going to be another overtime, so if AVANGAR somehow managed to get up to 20 before winning, I'll be really confused. But yeah, we are going to be now getting back into the action. Only one up on either side, Relaxa and Jame. The primary uppers finally will both have them in their hands, as it is going to be an aggressive push coming in by the CT side, making their way up mid. Relaxa, great shot there to take down Crizzen. I believe that may have actually been through the smoke, as Red Reserve claimed themselves the man advantage. But we've seen this in the past, and we've seen it fall apart from that point onwards. As Plessin, he will get a second now at least to try and confirm this round for Red Reserve. But still, Freddy Frog, he wants to continue on with the aggression, and that may have been a mistake. Buster's going to be able to take him down. As now on a 4-on-3. AVANGAR given a bit of a better chance now to try and bring themselves back into this round. Let's see if they're going to be able to do so. As right now, a bit of a stalemate actually taking place. As I say that though, finally we will see a player pushing up on B. Buster, oh, he finds Plessin somehow. The CT is just not stopping with this aggression, and it's not really working out in their favour. They've gone from a 5-on-3 into a 3 versus 3, so it has gotten a bit dangerous. And we've already seen Dima actually make his way out to the A bomb site. It's been completely given up by Red Reserve, so good position right now for AVANGAR, as the bomb will be looking to try and make its way out towards the A bomb site. They have to be cautious. They aren't aware if there is any CTs in position to actually try and get anything done here, but there we go. Smoke by Buster should allow that bomb plant to come in, and it is actually going to be for sort of jungle, which is strange, but I guess with a player looking towards top middle, that's Jame. He can maybe push up later on towards Connector and maybe try and catch this rotate off guard as Relaxa. He's not in a great position here. He gets legged, but he remains alive. As the nade going in by the terrorist side upper, won't be really in position to get that kill. So we remain in a 3-on-3 for the moment. The players will now be just making their way back around towards the ramp, as Dima, he finds the opening onto DJL, and Botan will also fall to Buster. So it's all on to Relaxa now. As mentioned just a couple moments ago, he was already tagged up to 16 HP, so unlikely he can get this one done. And AVANGAR from a 3-on-5, they are going to be able to bring it back and get themselves the first round of the first overtime. As now, Red Reserve, let's see if they're going to be able to get something done in this round. Haven't had any luck over the past few, including the regulation time. Even though they're able to take that man advantage numerous times, they'd end up just slipping out of their grasp. And there we go, Crizin. This time it's going to be a Vanguard to get the opening kill. So Red Reserve, let's see how they work when they're going to be on the back foot in this round, trying to make their way back into it. Try and crawl back into this round as a Vanguard. They've been very successful at doing so, but Red Reserve, they haven't even been doing a good job at capitalizing on their own opening frag. So now in a 4-on-5, let's see what they can get done. Looks like they will be actually trying to reface mid. Some great pop flashes go in. Crizin, he gets completely blinded up, but Buster still finds a kill before falling somehow. Boatin, he will get taken down by Kickart from the underpass, so it ends up in a 4-on-2. That mid-aggression by Red Reserve not really working out, but relax it. He does return it by taking down the player coming out of Palace. Dima falls. And still now in a 3-on-2. It's looking actually pretty decent for the CT side. They have two players in position to try and hold this B bomb site. And there's Pleasant stepping up. He'll be able to take down Jam, relax it with the Yop. Doesn't actually connect that shot into Crizin. So now it's all onto Pleasant. And he will be taken down by Kickart. So once again, a Vanguard take themselves another round now as they do lead 17-15. And Red Reserve, thankfully this is MR3 16k. So they still can't afford to buy into this one. They will now go for the double up setup. But down by 2. It's not looking too great. A Vanguard doing a good job on this T side right now in overtime of getting those rounds. Nice little boost by Red Reserve though. A small change at least is going to be made to their setup, but it doesn't seem like it will be the correct decision. It's going to be relaxing now to try and hold down this A-bomb site all alone. We see the players jumping out of Palace. He actually does connect that shot into Dima. That was a nice little flick there, and the nade goes in to finish it off. So Red Reserve getting themselves the man advantage, but they do lose control of the A-bomb site, so they will be looking to try and go for a retake a bit later into this round. And with smoke's gone down, that could be... It could be quite a bit later into this round as the time. It is going to begin to waste that smoke. If you try to push for that one in connector, likely going to just get taken down. As now, let's see where Red Reserve are going to try and position themselves for this retake. It seems like most of the presence will be towards connector, where Crizin actually will take down that first player. Boatin falls, DJL returns it, but all the kills going to be going back in favour of a Vanguard, as it's all on the Pleasant to try and stop map point for a Vanguard. And it will not work out. Buster steps it up once again, as it's 18-15 now. One round is needed for the Kazakhstan side to close this map out after, at one point, Red Reserve, they themselves had that map point, had a 4 or 5 round lead, and now in overtime it's been all a Vanguard. Buster having an amazing game though, 33 kills and 22 deaths. He is topping the scoreboard both for his own team and for the entire server currently. As now going into the potentially the final round of this map, it is going to be Red Reserve going for a double up setup on the T side. So we've seen this once in regulation. I don't think it worked out. Let's see what they're going to be able to get done this time, as it will be DJL with one of those to take that towards middle. I believe that was just based on the spawn, because he's not one of the players that normally picks it up. Maybe sometimes on the CT side every now and again, but not usually. As right now it is going to be the T. It's just trying to get themselves some mid control. And James, of course, he's looking to try and push aggressively. He has the confidence right now to back him up. He pushes immediately out connector, but DJL, he finds that opening kill there towards connector, takes down Kickart, and gives a good shot now for Red Reserve, and that gets even better. It's looking a bit more optimistic now. Boatin is able to take down James, and for the moment it is going to be the T side to take themselves a nice 2-man advantage. I don't have the same UI as you guys, by the way. I'm just in go to B. As right now, it is going to be Relaxa taking himself another onto Crizin. So 5-on-2 now, only Demon and Buster remain. Looking like Red Reserve should be able to at least get themselves one round onto the board in this overtime and give themselves a chance, of course. The best they can do now is actually force the second overtime. They no longer can take it in this first one. They need to pick up 3 rounds in a row to try and continue on with this game. And there we go. Buster finally finds a kill for a Vanguard to work with. And it will actually be also Dima picking up 1, but instantly returned by Pleasant means that it's going to be all onto Buster. The secondary op player who has been having an amazing game so far. He was put into a 1-on-3 and has been able to pick up that first kill. So 2 more to go. That's if he even decides to actually try and go for this clutch. Right now he is just hoping that perhaps a mistake will be made. Someone from Red Reserve will go for a peek, but it doesn't seem like it's going to happen, as he is going to be just throwing the ops around, retrieves himself an M4, and now he will look to try and go for this retake. He has a smoke, he has 2 flashes to try and cut off one of these positions. If he could get that in towards ramp, perhaps, but right now it is going to be Pleasant just pushed up to Tetris. DJL in the back of the bomb site with the op, and with the time ticking, Buster, he decides to just go back and pick up the AWP and just save that. They do still have 2 more rounds to work with. They won't really be worrying too much. They're, of course, on the map, the side of the map that does tend to be favoured and have a slight bias towards it. So, here we go. Red Reserve, thanks to Pleston and DJL, they're remaining alive in the end and getting the bomb down. They are going to be picking up this round. As now, Red Reserve, let's see if they're going to be able to chain a couple of rounds together. That's what's important. They need to actually get themselves 2 more rounds. They need to pick up 3 in a row, which they haven't done in quite a while, since mid-regulation time, I believe. So let's see if they're going to have any success now. It is going to be the op for the CT side, just positioned over towards middle, where at the moment, Red Reserve, they haven't actually decided to take themselves any map control. They're deciding to take this round extremely passively. Seems like they are expecting this aggression, but expecting it to perhaps be a little bit more forward, or at least over towards middle, as right now it's only Kicker that's pushed up towards A ramp, has the support of Demit, and only 1 player in Palace. If they push in towards ramp, they'll be able to get themselves a lot of info and a lot of map control that would be really solid right now for the AVANGAR side, especially since they're about to lose mid control. Red Reserve, they have finally made a decision to try and make their way out towards this part of the map, give themselves the option to maybe split towards one of these bomb sites, or at least just put a bit of a thought in the head of AVANGAR that there could be players on mid for Red Reserve. As right now, the bomb over in B apartments. Freddy Frog, he's just making sure no one has pushed the A side of the map, as he looks to maybe just try and sell a bit of a fake. Smoke's going out. 1 towards window, 1 out towards A. I'm not quite sure exactly where. As now the bomb grouped up in B apartments. We will see it all being up to Buster with the support of Crizzen to hold down this B bomb site. The opposite position. There is still some utility to work with, including the Molotov, but Buster taking down to 5 HP immediately, as it is now going to be the T. He's trying to make their way out. Buster hits the no-scope, and a second will eventually be returned, but it's all going in favour of AVANGAR. Bolton left alive to try and save this one for Red Reserve, and he's in a 1-on-3. He will be able to at least cross over above the ops position, but he will be taken down by Demit in the end, as AVANGAR, they claim their own map pick in the end, 19-16. But for now, we will send it back to the analyst desk.
Welcome back to the analyst desk for Farmskins Championship, and AVANGAR managed to take their map pick Mirage 19-16 in overtime. But a win is a win for them, and they're one map away from advancing to that let's call it semi-finals in Group C. I'm Rema. I will be your host, and together with me now, Danny and Hogar. So Danny joined us.
Hello.
So you had no trouble with police?
No, I had trouble with heat in the bus I was coming from. I mean, it was like 40 degrees inside, and
sorry,
many people.
I heard you got arrested. Sorry. So
I'm a good boy, man.
I'm kidding, of course. Jokes aside, let's talk Mirage. So basically, Hogar, me and you talked about it. That Mirage is pretty good map for AVANGAR. Even though I think Red Reserve had chance to close this map out at 16-13, 16-12, if I'm not mistaken, but they made some crucial mistakes towards the end to lose the map. But looking at the whole point of view, like from the whole Mirage, do you think that Red Reserve deserved to get that Mirage, or just AVANGAR being better at T side?
They don't deserve it, because only 1 round they pushed middle, and Freddy didn't need. I think they got to initial kills, and they try to push again. I mean, to go to the T-spawn. If you had a kill, just go back, play some defensive, hold the position, hold the angles, and that's it. I don't know why Freddy decided to push, and he got killing. They lost the round after that. So the thing is, when you have entry flag, just go back, stay low, play for info, play for retake if you need it. Just don't push again.
Yeah, well, then all players from AVANGAR stepping up, but who was the player that stood up the most?
That was Booster. After those 2 headshots on City Spawn, he went bananas and finished the game with 37 frags. I mean, that's quite an amazing performance from him, but I wasn't expecting this score, like, how was it, 19-16? Yeah. So, definitely one of the better maps for AVANGAR. But still, Red Reserve had some advantages when it comes to score. They were leading 13-8, winning 6 rounds in a row in the second half, and after that they kind of like struggled a bit. and AVANGAR managed to get back into that score race and finish the map for them.
The thing is, they had one player who stepped up. It's a Buster, but on Red Reserve, everybody played good. They played like a team. So because of that, for example, they should deserve the win. Maybe just because they play as a whole, as a team. But the Buster really played a really good game. Even the last round with Open B, he managed to get 2 frags with no zoom, I guess.
Yeah, and the impossible situation for him, he gets mollied out of the car, and he goes under the window and still gets 2 frags.
It's amazing.
Definitely amazing performance from Buster. Hopefully he continues to play like he did. Okay, thank you, gentlemen. We will be coming back to the analyst desk after a short commercial break for the analysis of second map, so stay tuned. Welcome back, ladies and gents, to Farmskins Championship Season 2, also a qualifier for IEM Katowice. We are on the match between AVANGAR and between
Red Reserve.
Red Reserve. My brain stopped, I'm sorry. Red Reserve and AVANGAR. AVANGAR managed to take first map 19-16 on Mirage in overtime. Second map that it's on its way is Overpass, and it was picked by Red Reserve, so would be definitely interesting to see this map. I would say this goes to a third map, but we'll probably see how AVANGAR matches Red Reserve on Overpass. Of course, with me in studio, Danny and Hogar. So guys, looking at the second map, I think Knife Round can decide pretty much everything for AVANGAR in this case, because I would say they need to start on city side in order to have a good half. Even though we saw that T side can be really explosive, depends on how players want to play that map. You can play it slow, you can play it fast. Also depends on setups of cities, of course. But Hogar, if AVANGAR starts on city side, do you think they need maybe to be more aggressive, be confident, to take early fights and maybe, let's say, stop momentum of Red Reserve at the beginning of their map pick?
I think momentum is on their side because they won and they finished Mirage as a city. So definitely city side would be perfect for them because, I mean, you're in a groove, you have focus, you have timing, you play with them force. So basically, all it depends on the pistol round, not actually the knife round, because who wins the pistol round dictates the tempo, because it's really hard to win anti-ecos. Not anti-ecos, to win force buys here on the overpass, because it's wide map, you don't have such a lot of corners to clear, to hide in, and the thing is, with one molly or two mollies on B side, you can easily take a side as a terrorist. So who wins the pistol round will dictate the tempo for the beginning, for sure.
Yeah, you can basically, the most interesting part about Overpass as a whole is that executes you can do, especially with Molotovs. You can basically molly out the whole riverside under the B platform, and barrels, toxic barrels, however you want to call them, smoke up or smoke city, and basically explode into the site. And cities can't really have that much of a space hiding when they get mollied out of...
Especially on A side, you don't have any boxes. I mean, you have a truck and one
truck
box.
and one box behind the side, but that's easily checked with a flash or even a molly to be dropped there. But then on the other side, Red Reserve, we said, even though if they lose a knife round, they need pistol round to start strong. This is their map pick. Hopefully we see some executes, because that's really a fun part for me when it comes to Overpass. And one thing we learned is that don't go on force buys in connector. That's basically doomed for every player, either a CT or T. You get pretty shut down with close range pistols. That's probably the only corner you can get shut down from, and you shouldn't really go there at any point. But do you think that Red Reserve, coming now after a loss of Mirage, can bounce back on Overpass even though it's their pick?
Yeah, definitely they can. I think, as you said in the start, we will be seeing third map. They should be taking this one quite easily. I mean, it's one of their better maps, not one of the better maps for AVANGAR. They lost against Godsend like 5 or 6 days ago. It was 16-7. So I remember that James had so many problems playing with AVP on that map. They really needed his performance, but he didn't perform that much. So if he continues to play that good as he did on Mirage, AVANGAR might surprise Red Reserve, but I don't think there's any chance. I think Red Reserve will take this one.
Yeah, I would say AVANGAR pretty much showed us that that play style from major qualifier here on Mirage, being able and being in that mental state that you can, even though you're 15-12 down, you can bounce back and win it in overtime. And that's probably let's say, something that's missing in a lot of teams, tier 2, tier 3 teams, that mental, let's say, state. That you can come back even after you're losing.
That is the thing. What I was talking about on the beginning of the day with you. The thing is, they got those experiences at the qualifier major, right? So that's why they have such a mental state and strong will, so can bounce back. And
Yeah, hopefully we see AVANGAR keep performing like they did at the major, because that's one step up for AVANGAR. Hopefully, if they continue to play like they did, I mean, they should be invited for the CIS minor, if I'm not mistaken, after losing it in major qualifiers. So. Again, they have now easier job. They don't need to go through qualifiers, open qualifiers, closed qualifiers to go to the minor. They're immediately invited, and I mean, one step at a time, and you can see them once again at major. Like QBF, no one expected QBF to go to the legends
They're now
stage.
legends, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And even though I think I heard that they are not in contract with QBF, and imagine how many organizations are going to approach QBF just because of one legend spot, and that can mean a lot to the players as well. So a lot of good stuff, a lot of good storylines from the major. Hopefully we have some good storylines here from Farmskins Championship as well. Yeah. We see maybe some teams surprising us going through. I would like to see Man's Not Hot. I think they deserve organization definitely to represent them, because they have pretty good players that played in Dignitas, Nexa that played with Renegades. I think they changed Kalinka, if I'm not mistaken, so that's a interesting point. And they brought one more Lithuanian player. I think he's a youngster as well. He played for them in another IM Katowice qualifier. They lost for that close qualifier match to qualify for close qualifiers, and unfortunately for them, I think they lost to Dignitas actually, if I'm not mistaken, but maybe I am. And would like to see them being represented by some organization. Who knows?
Do you know why they swapped the player, or?
I don't know. I mean, we said a couple of times that maybe Kalinka had some problems within the team, that he didn't really perform. Who knows? Who knows what happened? I didn't actually talk to Nexa about it, but hopefully they can make it work with another Lithuanian player. I mean, they just keep rising.
His name is Nuki, Nukkye. I don't know how to pronounce that.
Nuki is probably
right. Nukkye. I mean,
Nukkye.
It's not with J, definitely, because he's Lithuanian, right?
Yeah.
We'll ask.
Yeah.
That's the easiest thing. When you have players close to you, you can ask them about anything. So let's get back to Overpass and AVANGAR and Red Reserve. We saw a couple of interesting strats on major in terms of Overpass approaches as well. For example, first thing that comes to my mind is FaZe versus Cloud9 in final. You can see that confidence, the thing me and you, Hogar, talked about, can come into play and basically help you win clutch situations.
You can decide the game.
Decide the game as well. And when you see all the players like being confident and going really aggressive to take those duels, do you think that maybe some of these teams maybe not be as aggressive as it was on major, but just prove a point that he's there and you need to play cautious when you come to that part of the map?
The thing is, when you start playing aggressive on the city side, I mean, on every side, you play 1 or 2 rounds like that, and after that you can fake with one flash or smoke that you're playing aggressive again. So you can still slow them down. So they need to check on corners and everything. The thing is, the meta for the Overpass really changed. City used to play really passive with smoking toilets and everything, and now they're playing they always push balloons. I mean, SK from the 10, for example, full rounds, they will 5 times at least Fur or somebody will push Fountain. So the thing is, if they try to copy that, it's not like you just need to play the same position as a Fur or somebody or professional players plays. You need to shoot or aim like them. So it really depends on your personal skill or aim. So that's it.
Yeah, we'll see if they continue to play like that. And as you said, skill and aim definitely come into play here on Overpass. And Danny, on the other side, you said that James had problems with AWP last time he played. Do you think that maybe him stepping up as AWP player on City side, especially because I think City Opera can practically ruin your whole default setups, can make a difference for AVANGAR.
Yeah, definitely he can make a difference in advantage for his team, but I still think that Red Reserve is pretty much stronger team on Overpass than AVANGAR, so I think they will take this one quite not quite easily, but something like 16-10.
Yeah,
He said quite easily before, right?
Yeah, I was about to say 16-8, but when I saw when I saw Mirage,
you
I said
mentioned meta. Do you know what it stands for?
Method or something. Method?
Nah.
Term.
Do you know?
I have no idea, man.
Really?
No.
I played a lot of League of Legends, and I always heard the word meta, so I still don't know.
Yeah, most effective tactic available.
Really?
Jesus.
Yeah. So that's a that's a pretty interesting point. I mean, I didn't know what meta meant as well, but since like until 2014, 15.
Then you learn what's the shortcut from it. Yeah.
Because
why did you Google that?
I played Dota 2, and of course meta word that comes there more frequently than it does in CS. So I wanted to know what does meta mean. I mean, I know the phrasing behind it, like this is meta, this heroes that we need to play, blah 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 blah. But I wanted to know what's behind that meta thing. We are soon ready to go live, if I'm not mistaken, so we are not going to be boring that much. I mean, the game is going to be live soonish, 3 to 4 minutes, as I just heard. Okay, so we practically covered everything for Overpass, for I don't know, for meta.
So we can speak about
welcome to Rama School. I'll teach you on the way. Call me senpai.
So did you
watch anime?
No.
But you know about word senpai?
Yeah.
Everybody knows about senpai.
So when you take a look at like the scene now, do you think that that Cloud9 winning major will bring a lot more NA players, or maybe bring some new teams from NA, some strong teams?
No, I think they will not perform next tournament again same like this. This is like one-time fairy tale like Gambit had last major.
Yeah, they played at home, so...
Yeah, I mean, I really like the Cloud9. They're like, with NIP, one of my favorite teams, but this is the thing. You play on your home soil, you have good aimers in the team, and you have a little bit of luck. I mean, you need the luck to win a tournament.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, if I'm not mistaken, if the rumors are true, the next major will be rewarded to face it, so who knows?
Yeah, I heard that yesterday.
Where the next major will be held. Could be UK.
I mean,
could be
I would
Europe.
like the best for the viewers is for Germany. There's a lot of CS players there, right? So arena will be full and everything. I mean, there's not a lot.
Yeah.
Or Poland. Poland is also full with the gamers, right?
Yeah, but who knows if they can take a spot, because ESL has already, I think, booked Cologne and Katowice. So where's the other place you can go that's full of fans?
Maybe Russia.
Serbia.
Russia.
No.
Yeah, there's a lot of CS.
Did you really just say Serbia?
Yeah.
That's the worst place
for CS
for a major. For a major, yeah. So 60 seconds still till we go live, gentlemen. Predictions.
16-10. Red Reserve.
Okay.
Red Reserve. Okay.
I go with another overtime for Red Reserve. I hope we will see third map.
You think that AVANGAR is going to bring it all the way to the overtime?
Yeah.
Yeah, interesting. I'll go with AVANGAR winning this one, and so we can be on schedule for the second match. So AVANGAR 16-12.
Okay. I'll be the
enough.
closest one, right?
Probably. Okay, so we are ready to go live, of course. Now we have two casters for you, and those two are Dean and Philin. So boys, take it away.
All right, thank you guys for teaching me what meta meant. I did not know that before, so I guess you learn something new every day. But of course, we are finally going to be getting back into the action. It will be the second map of Red Reserve up against AVANGAR. I'm Dean, and this time I will be joined by Phelan to take you through all the action that is going to be coming up.
Yeah, how are you doing, by the way?
I'm doing good. There was some interesting conversations on the desk, I guess.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah, I never knew what meta meant, so it's nice. It's nice to learn.
See, you don't always know everything as a native speaker. Of course, there's always something that those Serbian guys in the studio can actually teach you as well. And I mean, why not have a major in Serbia? Could always be something that happens. And yeah, we did just see the guys take the knife round and expected though to stay on that CT side, right? With wait, no. Red Reserve actually what? Okay, okay. I was just confused a little bit. Because the names are still wrong on the thing, but at the top the names have been not changed yet. I'm so confused right now with the E-bot in game right now.
Yeah, I presume it's right for the people on stream though, because a custom overlay is being used, so that they wouldn't be as confused as you are. I guess you're probably confusing them more than
probably
confused. So yeah, but we will be finally getting live into the action. It seems like it will be AVANGAR on the CT side, Red Reserve on the terrorist side, and AVANGAR with a great comeback on their previous map. Now let's see if that momentum is actually going to carry over. Of course, you weren't there for the previous map, you did not witness it, but Red Reserve, after being up, I believe it was 15-12, ended up losing that one out 19-16. So let's see if that's going to affect them now coming into this one.
Yeah, I think that it could definitely mean something. However, of course, Red Reserve overpassed their most played map. They play a decent T side as well as a strong CT side there. As well as I just checked with the stats for AVANGAR, they don't really play a lot. They generally have a better time on the T side than on the CT side. So I think even with this CT side pick, it could be a problem here. However, Krisen already taken the first one. He's already pushed in deep, and I doubt that that'll change too much from the strat, as those CIS teams generally try to go a little bit more aggressive than we know from most Central European teams. Especially from the Nordics that like to stay back most of the time. Right now, well, Red Reserve, they are just taking their time over towards long. Also still have one player towards toilets, ready to even make a move over towards B if they so please. Especially here towards long, as Dima is still trying to spot a player. Has spotted one out now. Will he expect the player close? He won't, and Relaxo will be the first one to find a frag here for Red Reserve. However, that'll just end with them falling back. You can already see rotations happening on the side from AVANGAR. Already pushed it over. I don't think that they are even sure where the action is going to go. Red Reserve seem to be figuring it out themselves as well.
Yeah, it definitely seems like they will be bringing it towards A. The fact that the bomb is already so aggressive up on A long means it doesn't really have any other options. So the A bomb site is going to be the final destination of Red Reserve. In this 4-on-4 now, they will be creeping 2 players up A long. 2 players up short, and actually at the moment there is going to be a great CT setup coming in by AVANGAR. They have 3 players in position. Prison is going to be able to find that first. Boaten, he will be able to return 2 though as he picks up the quick headshots, and Plessin, he's going to be able to drop Kickert, and just instantly it's going to be the T side that are able to take full control of this A bomb site. Leaving it all now onto Buster in a 1-on-3. There is a defuse kit for him to retrieve rather, and with him finding that first headshot, it could be a possible round now for him to pull off. But still a 1-on-2. Good position for both Relaxa and Plessin. They're in a spot where they should be able to at least try and successfully find the trade frag. But Buster now wrapping around on the bomb site will be caught off guard. As he tries to retrieve the kit, he will be taken down from behind, and it is going to be Red Reserve to take that pistol round.
Yeah, great stuff from Red Reserve. They knew exactly where the last player was coming from, and they used that info to just position themselves really defensively on the site. Don't go for that aggressive peek. Don't try to throw anything away. Try and go for that safe play, and in the end, find it pretty easily as well. However, at this point in time, of course, Red Reserve, they have plenty of money to invest, and they'll be going for those 3 AKs straight away. And you can already see AVANGAR themselves, they went with a scout on Jame, and the rest of them all forced up the pistols. Not armor for everyone, but still decent utility and equipment here to actually do some early damage if they so please. You can already see Dima aggressive over towards long, and he should be able to find 1 frag here at least. Finds 1 and a second with the 5-7. And this is exactly what you want to do on the side of AVANGAR. Go for those aggressive picks. Try and get that early damage in. Steal a weapon away, and who knows, the round could be yours. And Red Reserve now, they're kind of just stunned and waiting, having to find those trade frags first to even have a nice chance at going at it. Of course, Dima is still a risk over towards long. They'll peek around, they'll find the frag in the end. 2 of them, though, with that Relaxa also tagged down to 28 HP already. And Buster, nice job there over towards B, finding a frag for himself with that CZ himself. And especially in the close range, that CZ can be very, very dangerous, as we just saw. Now with the 2 AKs, still Red Reserve trying to make their way through these toilets over towards the A-bomb site, where, well, still 2 players waiting for them here. They'll be ready for it as soon as the push comes in. They've already heard the first shots come out, and there you go. They know exactly where everyone is. Kuker with 1, and now it's only Relaxa still to find. He's fallen back, but I doubt that he'll be able to still turn this in his favor.
Yeah, he doesn't have nearly any time at all to get that done, so he is just going to be looking to try and save the AK. And with not really much weaponry available for Krizen, it looks like he will be attempting to try and hunt this one down. And with low HP and Relax it could have been dangerous, but he does take the wrong route. He instead goes out towards middle, so an AK will at least be saved. But 0 money for Relax after saving. Of course, he doesn't get any money because the time ran out. So buying up around that AK now, it seems like we will see for Red Reserve. They get themselves the pistols, they get some Kevlar, and they also have that 1 rifle, but it is in the hands of a player who's normally known for his up play, which is something that also should be mentioned. Well, let's see what's going to happen now, as it is going to be... It's going to be Red Reserve mostly just grouping up over towards Connector in middle, looking to try and maybe sandwich in any players who decide to get aggressive for the CT side. Hoping to catch some off guard, close the distance with these pistols, as it will be Buster to go aggressive this time. We've seen it in the previous round by Dima. He had the 5-7 that time, and this time the AK for Buster is going to be able to find the opening kill. Gets a second on the boat and drops the bomb, and a third. Quick headshot onto Relaxin. No chance right now for Red Reserve unless DJL can bring it back. And 1 kill will not be enough, it seems, as it's all onto Freddy Frog. 1 versus 4, and he may be able to catch Dima off guard, but apparently it won't be enough to get the kill for himself, as he is now still alone, 1 on 4, and now his position has also been telegraphed to the CT side.
I mean, he was able to tag Dima down at 25, but there yet again you can see Red Reserve trying to close that gap, but it just doesn't work out. On the T side, you generally don't have that easy time trying to take the game towards those CTs, especially on the side of Overpass. On the CT side, you can do a lot with those long distances. You can compact the game down to just those long areas over towards long A, and of course outside the toilets there as well, where you can really, really dominate with the rifles when you have them at your disposal, and especially if those CTs aren't quite the guys that have an op trained at you, especially not this early in the game. In general, against AKs, you're gonna have a troubling time if you're gonna be Red Reserve in this kind of situation. Still though, they'll just have to try and hang on until they're able to get those rifles in themselves. But yeah, in the end, they knew exactly where Freddy was. Were able to shut things down easily with that. Well, it's 2-1 for AVANGAR, and this is exactly what you want to see them do on that CT side. Although they didn't take pistol, they were able to rush up, take that second round, and then ending up, well, taking that early advantage in this second map on the map pick of Red Reserve, nevertheless. After, well, I did see that end with the overtime earlier, and it wasn't exactly pretty what we saw from the Swedes.
Yeah, and I don't imagine much is going to be done in this round either by Red Reserve. Oh, there we go, the names have been fixed, so the problems have been resolved. Everyone will probably be much happier now. It's a little bit less confusing for us to actually cast as well. So just to confirm, it is 2-1 for AVANGAR. Currently, Red Reserve have very little to work with, just 5 Glocks right now. So I guess their plan is try and stick together in a group, try and be at least a bit of a problem to deal with and get maybe 1 or 2 kills out of this. But early on, it is going to be the SMGs cleaning it up. Eventually, Pleasant takes 1 and a second. Could have got dangerous there for Krizen, as he does eventually get taken down by Botan, so damage is being done. Only Glocks were actually kept into that round for Red Reserve, of course, so they'll be very happy with finding 3 kills out of that.
Now the first round where Red Reserve can actually get back at it with those rifles. Talking about that second round though, going back to it where Red Reserve did go for those 3 AKs early on, do you think that that is really a viable strategy to still go at? Especially when you have the situation where CTs could easily push up and close the gap? Or do you think that it should even be a situation where the Ts themselves should just go for those, well, SMGs, UMPs here and there?
A couple SMGs, I'd guess, but no, it's a lot safer to just stick with the rifles. Get 3 rifles, make sure you're in positions where you can trade, which I think was really the main problem of Red Reserve on that anti-eco. because yeah, the damage that can really be done with pistols, if up against those SMGs, there is a pretty solid chance of an upset being found. So rifles if you want to play it safe, but right now we are in a gun round. We should go ahead and focus on this one. Early on, some damage has been put in towards Dima, taking down to 40 points of HP, but Red Reserve overall, they are taking this one very passively, as are AVANGAR, pushed up towards the toilets, but not really much further, as right now it is a stalemate. No real chance of action within the upcoming seconds, but as I say, that Red Reserve, they do finally try to advance out towards middle to get themselves that map control, and the CT is also maybe going for a bit of a gamble and trying to get aggressive towards B, which is actually a really good idea. We see Buster rather pushing up B short. He's going to be able to spot out that no one is on this side of the map currently, and that should give a lot of info for the CTs to work with.
Right now you can already see Dima pushing up already towards toilet, finding one onto Bolton. And now the question is, can he find a follow-up here as well? He can't, as TJL trades it back. But now already you can see pushes coming in towards toilets from AVANGAR themselves, and there's also still Cooker pretty close up towards long. And look at that though, they try and push in far too aggressively. And well, Red Reserve are there to punish. However, Buster hasn't given up quite yet. Still had the support of Krizen. And now in a 2v1, 1v1 situation now, it's still very, very much possible for him as well. As Relaxa has that 1v1 situation down with the AWP in hand. He should know where the last player is, and he will find it in the end as well. Nicely done. Had great visibility of the bomb and could have easily fallen back even further. Krizen would have been the one to challenge. However, nicely done there, and exactly what Red Reserve need to stay in the game early on and make sure that they don't fall too far behind on the T side, as they generally play a nice T side themselves, especially on a map like Overpass, where AVANGAR are known to struggle.
Yeah, but they do still have a pretty solid buy coming into this one, and Krizen in that 1-on-3 was able to get quite a lot of damage done, so that's pretty good. He is able to at least keep the economy of Red Reserve quite modest, and you can see because of that, it is a bit of a weaker buy. UMP and a Scout, so not really ideal right now for the T side. Dima is going to be extremely aggressive on mid, and he finds that opening kill, takes down the upper, Relaxa falls, maybe able to find a second, but the spray is not quite on point, so for now it will remain 4 players alive for Red Reserve. And AVANGAR, with a really nice aggressive push early on, are able to claim themselves that first blood, and now they can work with a man advantage by just falling back off and playing more passively, as you can see on the radar. They are not really taking as an aggressive of a stance. They are happy enough with that one-man advantage. And it's Red Reserve now on the back foot, looking to try and bring this back in their favour. And we may have some action coming in any moment, as we see 2 players in toilets facing off against each other. It was Dima who has now decided to just fall back and allow for them to take that map control if they wish to do so.
Right now, AVANGAR, they did get off to a good start in this round. The question is, how can they actually deal with it, as Red Reserve are looking to go probably back all the way around over towards B. You can already see Freddy Frog close up there towards Canals. The question is, can his support player with the bomb there as well with DJL, he himself, he's not going to be the one to push in or to have any major luck pushing in, as Krizen's still close with the UMP. He'll actually not be doing too much damage even. Now though, Red Reserve with the push coming out. Buster still very, very close at the edge of the smoke. And there you go, finds 2 easily. Cooker there as well. And what a round here for AVANGAR, as it should have been a round where Red Reserve could have probably went slower and a little bit more controlled than just to rush out and take the game towards those CTs. And in the end, well, they are punished with it running out 1 by 1. And they didn't, well, they just weren't aware of where those CTs were waiting for them. You can see Krizen, yet again, going for that UMP. Was the only player that fell, I believe. Well, there was one more player that fell, but still. Yeah, just go for that UMP. Farm some extra money if you can. If not, still doesn't really matter, because Red Reserve shouldn't be in a position to take this round at all. Still, though, trying to close the gap early. Jame, the one that's already been tagged down low, but Dima, well, finds the frag onto Bolton. What was he doing trying to run through that Molotov? It just ends up with, well, a slaughterfest here right now. Not too much that Red Reserve themselves can do. And Relaxa, yet again, all alone, but this time against 4. And what are you going to do with a Deagle without armor in a situation like this, where the CTs are in full control of the bomb?
Yeah, I don't really think there's too much Relaxa can do. Ideally get a kill or 2 out of this, but that's not going to be possible. Kickert finds the final one, and Red Reserve now, if they're going for the force buy, their economy still not going to be looking great, of course. Averaging about $2,000, they will be looking at maybe just 1 more eco, I believe, and then they should get a buyout. But it's still not really going to be amazing. They won't have a lot of utility to work with. They'll have the rifles at least, and Relaxa may be able to get himself an op if he picks up a kill or two in this round, I believe, but not looking likely. Once again, mostly just Glocks for Red Reserve to work with. We've seen them in the past, though, getting a lot of damage done, and this time, Freddy Frog, he is at P250 to try and complement rather the Glocks. I forgot what word I was trying to get out there for a moment, apologies. But right now, very passive by Red Reserve, and AVANGAR getting aggressive. Could maybe get a bit dangerous. There we go, Dima in position, spots them out, gets himself one. The nade goes down perfectly timed. Should be getting more damage and may get overwhelmed eventually, but he's getting a lot of kills before it happens. And there we go, 4 he gets himself. Maybe the ace could be possible. Bit awkward now as both players run out of ammo, but relax it. He will be taken down, and Dima picks himself up a nice eco ace.
I don't think that Dima even cares right now, to be honest. He just stayed cool and so very cool there in that playground. But yeah, I mean, what do you want to do? You just get tagged down by the M4, no armor, no real equipment to even fight back with those Glocks, and well, they aren't going to be beat by Glocks here on the side of AVANGAR. Dima just doesn't want to fall in that silver battle with no one having bullets left. Just an extra added bonus for the viewers watching. However, well, right now AVANGAR will be looking to further extend their lead that they've already built up nicely. Of course, 6-2. 4-round advantage is pretty solid at the point, but still they have to get to at least, well, 9 or 10 rounds to actually have a solid start into the second half as well, if that's going to be where Red Reserve could actually shine. But still, they have to get there first, and at this point in time, AVANGAR not exactly looking too bad in this second map on the map pick of Red Reserve. Red Reserve themselves, they're just taking their time yet again, taking the battle towards the A side of the map. Haven't quite pushed up just yet, but they have taken control of those toilets. And still, first one to fall though is Bolton. Over towards Long. That is Dima to find the first frag once again, and he's been getting off to a very strong start here in this first half of half 2. But how is he still alive and not burning in the corner there? 3 frags for him in the round now. DJL tries to fight back, still has the support of Relaxa, and it is back down to a 2v2 situation. And the bomb is still down towards Long. Quaker and Buster do want to take the battle back towards these Ts. And right now it seems to be working here for AVANGAR.
Yeah, we do see the CTs actually trying to get themselves into positions to just try and find this kill, but it could get dangerous. One player pushed up towards the truck. Luckily enough, Buster wins out that fight. But if Relaxa got that first kill, he would have had the other player cut off in towards Bank, so it could have got quite dangerous. But there we go. AVANGAR get themselves a 7-2 lead. A pause is going to be called by Red Reserve, which, of course, at this point, it is a tactical one, as they won't really have money either to buy into this following round. So likely just going to be pistols and Kevlar, as they mostly focus on the upcoming gun round.
Yeah, I mean, the timing there on the pause is good, I guess, because then they can, well, get their cool heads in again. However, at this point in time, of course, 5 rounds down, AVANGAR isn't all too far front, and with this still everything's possible. But Red Reserve, what are you going to do in a situation like this where they've already tried to go for that slow play with the Glock? So they going to take it as an extended pause there, as well as they know that they probably won't have too many chances with those pistols? Or will they just try and rush it, try and take the battle and try to find 1 or 2 kills with those pistols here?
It seems like they've kind of just completely forgotten about B water. They've kind of just left B alone mostly. So far AVANGAR have focused most of their defense towards the A bomb site. And one time that Red Reserve did go B, we saw AVANGAR just every single player stepping it up and taking them down. So I'd maybe like on the next gun round for them to try and maybe contact over towards the B bomb site, not allow for that info of the rotate to be given, maybe just early on put presence towards A as they always have and try and catch the players off guard. That would be nice to see. But into this one even, they do have some weaponry to work with. They have pistols, they have Kevlar onto 3 of those players, as well as a lot of utility, and it looks like they will indeed be taking this one towards B. Seems like they have a set execute planned and put into their mind now, as let's see if there's going to be any success found, even a bomb plant, even some kills. As right now, 3 players early on once again for AVANGAR over towards A. As I mentioned, they've been putting most of their defense on this side of the map, leave some sort of weakness on B. And Red Reserve, they have at least a bit of an inkling now that this is the side of the map that they should be heading towards. But as I say that, AVANGAR, they've got themselves the info from that aggressive push early on. They've got they know now the fact that there's no players from the T side pushed up towards A. Because of that, a bit of a B stack is going to be put into place. And it's going to be difficult now for Red Reserve to actually try and penetrate this defense. Let's see if they're going to be successful. Finally, utility will be thrown out. Molotovs put into good positions also. And this should allow at least the bomb plant to go down before any contact is taken.
This is so good here for AVANGAR. They just hold back and give the site away to Red Reserve because they know they're on those pistols. They love that close range. But AVANGAR, with those rifles, sit back, relax, and wait until Red Reserve, well, have to reposition themselves and won't be so bunched up onto the site where the panic might ensue here. Freddy finds one, but at the same time, Kuker and Krisen trade back with two of themselves, and now it's a 4v3 situation. The bomb's still down, still two players down towards Monster, but Bolton, what the heck is he doing? Still Kuker covering his teammate off while he's defusing, and there you go. That's exactly what you want to see. AVANGAR with the teamwork coming out once again. And the lead definitely deserved at this point in time. Just, if you go back and analyze that round, just keeping those defensive positions over towards the B bomb site, back at ABC, and then just wait for the bomb to come down, and then start your offense. Perfect CT side here from AVANGAR towards the B defense. They were aware of the situation, and took care of it really easily here. Now though, well, Red Reserve, back to rifles. This is the round that they actually need to or want to win to still have a decent chance. But Krisen, once again, he's close to the smoke. Finds one, gets traded back, but James with the double here on the op. And what can Pleasant do in a situation like this? His whole team just gets taken apart by these CTs, and he should be aware of roughly where the last player is as well. And you can already see, even if he's able to find one or two, Demo would be coming in from behind, and Buster the one to find that last frag. There you go, AVANGAR.
What a read by AVANGAR there. They had an idea that it was going to be the B bomb site. They were like, okay, they had success getting onto the bomb site with just pistols. They might try it now with rifles. So a great little one-way smoke towards Monster allows for one kill at least to come in for Krisen, and then the aggressive push down connector by James picks up a collateral. So perhaps a bit of luck involved, but it works out perfectly. 9-2 now in favor of the Kazakhstan side. And now Red Reserve finally back onto the rifles. What will they be able to get done? Or rather, onto the rifles again, thanks to at least having that money bonus. But yeah, let's see if they're going to have any success this time. Will they be able to get more than maybe just a kill out of it? As right now, they do just hold back. It seems they've reverted to this setup that they had earlier on in the half. 3 players over towards A, 2 players working in towards Connector. And right now, once again, the CT side, they've pushed themselves over towards B. They've got themselves some map control. They've got the info. And that should allow for one of those players from B to be rotated back up towards A and have a solid defense once again set up on this A bomb site.
Now though, Red Reserve, it looks like they actually want to take the action back towards A. But right now, even here, Dima goes for that aggressive peek. Won't work out here. Now, Bolton himself seems to be aware of the situation. He finds that first one. The question is, will they expect Hooker to be close in this corner as well? Be lurking for them here? Can they deal within how much of an effect will James be in this situation as well? Relaxa able to trade things back after just one frag here for the lads from AVANGAR. But yet again, James though coming out with the op, even leg tacking Relaxa there through the smoke. He'll be traced back. But still, they know exactly the last 2 players are still towards long. Bomb is there as well. And Bolton shouldn't be the hardest target still to find. Buster's looking for it, finding as well. And right now, I don't know where Red Reserve are, because this should easily be going their way, as Overpass is a map where they can really perform. But AVANGAR seem to be prepared for it. And it almost feels like Red Reserve themselves aren't really showing up here on map 2. At least not in this first half.
Certainly not. It is their own map choices, which is map choice rather, which is something to remember. And it doesn't really seem like they have too good of a game plan coming into this one. I guess AVANGAR style just completely countered them. That aggressive push towards A, it just shuts down their plan. And once again, Dima does actually push through the smoke. We've seen him in the past having a lot of success with that, but this time he only gets himself 1 kill before eventually falling. As a weapon now should also be retrievable for the terrorist side, which gives them at least something to work with. Gives a small chance into this round. A small silver lining has been found, but still, AVANGAR, we've seen them been able to do this up against the rifles, and this time it's only 1 for DJL, so it's going to be still very difficult for Red Reserve to pull this one off. Ideally, get at least a few kills out of this. But the economy for AVANGAR, it's actually looking fairly solid. Maybe not as solid as you think after they've been able to win so many rounds in a row. I believe 7 in a row. But it is still fairly decent. They will be able to buy for the most, mainly the remainder of this half, if they do finally lose a round.
I just checked yet again how many times AVANGAR actually played Overpass in the past 3 months, and it only amounted up to 5 times that they played it. and we're only able to win it 40%. So I know it's still pretty early in the game, and it's just about coming towards halftime, but still, even to take, well, 10 or probably in the second 11 or even then 12 rounds away from Red Reserve on that CT side, it would be very, very strong here for AVANGAR. But yeah, again, Red Reserve, even now with the pistols, I might have just cursed it here for the team from Kazakhstan. As Red Reserve are able to push out onto the bomb site. Flesson still watching behind as Relax has already found one onto Buster here. He should know where the last two players are. Prison falls, and now it is just a 3-on-1 situation. Even though they don't have the weaponry on their side still. Manpower is going to prevail, and with that, it will be one more round for Red Reserve. The question is, how far can they still come back in this first half, as AVANGAR have one more bye to come, and then we'll see what they can do in that last round if they're not actually going to take it here.
Yeah, if they can get up to 5, they'll be moderately happy, at least with this half, considering how it started. So let's see if they're going to be able to do so. Picking up that with pistols there actually gives them a good chance to make this to salvage a half, I guess is really the best way to put it, because it was looking quite desperate just a moment ago. But now Red Reserve, seems like they are going to continue on once again with what hasn't really been working for them on the gun rounds. 2 players in connector, 3 players holding towards mid, waiting for the aggression. And this time with Vanguard, they've decided to take it a little bit more passively. Deemit, not going to be pushing straight up through the smoke on mid this time. Instead, he's going to be just chilling around Untitled. Also has the support of Jam with the op. And right now, Red Reserve finally beginning to advance up towards middle. They spot Jam there. The shoulder was spotted, and he finds the kill. DJL gets that first blood found in favour of Red Reserve. And this is the first time in quite a while, I believe, that Red Reserve have been able to take that man advantage. And now AVANGAR, this is when we'll see them looking to try and maybe aggress once again. Once they're on the back foot, we may see them trying to push forward. But Plesson, will he get flashed into this position? He won't, but he won't need it apparently. He will take down Dima either way, costly in terms of HP. But in a 5-on-3 Red Reserve, they'll be happy with those 2 kills that they've been able to find so far.
Especially that there towards long for Plesson. They're kind of expecting Dima to be in those aggressive positions by now, even that the flash coming through the smoke, Krisen finding one. But is it really worth the trade? Buster now coming in from behind, and that's some great stuff because, yet again, Red Reserve, they weren't watching B, they weren't aware that someone could come in from behind, and Kuker is still on the site. Now in a 2-on-1, both players here. Well, tag just a tad. Freddy Frog is down to 43 and DJL down to 70. So if Buster's able to isolate these 2 players and make it 2 1v1 situations, he will have a decent chance here. With the bomb being planted as it is, he should expect at least one of these 2 players to be towards bank. And look at that though. They've buddied up. They know that it's their time to fight. And even Buster finding one onto Freddy with that Molotov and finding the spray down as well. In no way that Red Reserve should still lose this round. But somehow they do. AVANGAR all saved by Buster here with 3 frags for him coming in from behind. And what is that?
Exactly. What is that?
How is this happening? It shouldn't be happening like this.
Yeah, Freddy Frog got stuck in on the corner of a box or something there, I believe, and he burned to death because of it. So not really his fault, but still just a bad round there by Red Reserve towards the end. Not that they played it bad, but it ended up badly, of course. I don't think they really done anything wrong completely. We did see the player maybe on the stairs could have peeked back into cover, but then again the wall being wall bangable also would have been very difficult. So now last round of the half, it is 11-3 in favour of AVANGAR, and they are going to go back to this aggressive push towards middle, and it's working out. Dima, he's going to be claiming himself a couple of frags, as well as Kickart taking 1, and Freddy Frog does his best now to try and return it by dropping that player over towards Monster. So actually not too bad of a position for Red Reserve by any means. Dima being extremely low HP means that they do have a chance to pull this one back. They do still, of course, have control of that bomb. And right now, the CTs have actually decided to fall back off and play this one a bit more passively. The only problem for Red Reserve is that they're not really aware of this. They will have to try and clear out all these positions, ensure that no one's too aggressive, really, by the CT side.
I mean, the big thing here is 55 seconds already off the clock, and Red Reserve are none the wiser of where the guys from AVANGAR are. They're going to leave the bomb behind as Freddy's going to at least clear out down towards Connector, and now should be the time, though, where Red Reserve make their move. But yet again, you can see Dima, although he's down to 4 HP, he doesn't care. I think he should have just spotted that one guy, which would have been Relaxa over towards Long. And look at that, Molotov goes down. He's aware that there is at least one player still in that position. Didn't realize that he's already rotated off, though, and he's going to come in from that short area.
Yeah, there's a good setup right now between these players on the bomb site, but as mentioned before, Dima is extremely low, so only one bullet needed to clear him out. Unluckily, the Molotov not in the right position, and actually he finds another kill for himself. Takes down Freddy Frog, gets that headshot, and now it's going to be all on to relax it in a 1-on-3. He has the op, but it is going to be difficult as there we go. Dima steps it up massively with a 4K. And it is going to be AVANGAR claiming themselves a 12-3 half. So while we have a quick break here, I'm going to go ahead and do a quick sellout. I'm going to tell everyone to check out Farmskins rather. Of course, they are what allows this tournament to be run. They are the sponsor of it. It is farmskins.com. If you want to go ahead and check out the website, you can get yourself some nice drops. They claim they're better than Gaben, so they do offer cases and some other stuff, such as some bonuses along those lines. So we will be hopefully getting back into the action now any moment. As we can see, the countdown has begun. We will be swapping over to that second side now, and let's see what Red Reserve are going to be able to get done on the CT side. A reminder, this is their map pick, so I would presume that they are at least prepared for it.
Yeah, well, I mean, Red Reserve, they have to come out fighting here. They need to find this first, pistol here for them. Question is, if they can't do it, is it really lost already? Will it be AVANGAR to take it home in a 2-0 fashion after, well, mid-map 1? You probably would have imagined that Red Reserve might be the ones to take it home 2-0. Now is the time for Red Reserve to prove their worth. They have to fight back here. They need to win the pistol. And then also need to win a couple of rounds to follow that, just to stay in the game. And right now, Dima's the one to find that first frag. Kuker there as well. Still 3 players in towards Monster. DJL finding one. Doesn't line up with the rest of them, but at the same time, it's still a 4v2 situation. A bomb site is pretty much cleared out. However, this might just be the time where Krisen keeps up the pressure here. If he finds the frag, DJL should probably also fall. And with that, Lesson is tied down towards A. Bomb will move into the B bomb site, and even if Krisen falls here, it doesn't really matter. AVANGAR have full control. James gets that bomb down. Buster and Kuker still in great positions to deal with this as soon as Pleasant pushes in. And yeah, not exactly the dream here for Red Reserve. The Swedes not really staying in it, and now though it's 13-3. Only 3 more rounds to go for AVANGAR to even be able to take it home 2-0 here. Red Reserve, they have to fight things back now. I think that they might even be able to take some of those gentle tips that AVANGAR gave them on their own CT side. Go a little bit more aggressive. Don't sit back that far. And they might have a decent time here. But yet again, CTJL spotting in towards mid. Not finding anything there just yet though. There's 4 players for Red Reserve over towards the B bomb site, and it doesn't seem like AVANGAR have any interest of that site.
Yeah, they are just going to be grouping up over towards A long. Of course, when you have these rifles and you're up against the pistols, you're in a really good position if you just take these long-range positions. You are going to be favoured in basically every single aim duel that you take, unless it's like the previous half where Dima with that 5-7 was up close and just destroyed everyone. So, yeah, a little bit different this time. The CTs themselves, they were going for a bit of a different gamble, a stack towards the B bomb site. One player only towards A, who right now is going to be spotting long and may be able to at least get some info. But I don't think the T's are showing themselves currently. They will be just grouping up and looking to try and take over this A bomb site eventually, it seems. But let's see if they're going to be able to do so. That scout for DJL, it is in his hands. He is going to be in a position where he likely is going to just get caught off guard, rather. And there you go. JM with the Mac 10, getting himself an easy $600, rather, to go towards the AWP if he even needs to bring that out. Of course, with the current scoreline, we may never see that coming to fruition. So I guess we'll find out. But right now, Red Reserve, 4 players remain. They do have Kevlar and onto all those players, rather. So likely just going to be an attempt to try and save this into the following round to give them something to work with.
The only option that they have here, the Swedes, really. Red Reserve, they've run out of options here. As AVANGAR, they're not going to give it up with 5 players still alive, especially not as they have 3 AKs and 2 SMGs to work with as well. Red Reserve, what are you going to do? Save it, try and cause some trouble for AVANGAR in that next round to come. But even look at this. You can see Bolton over towards Connector, trying to see if he finds anything over towards the toilets. But no, everyone makes sure that they don't take any battles, save those weapons, and just take them to safety. Make sure that you have everything at your disposal and that you don't give anything away for free to your opponents. Now, though, the Pistols have to perform a miracle, as it is 14-3 here for AVANGAR, and they are looking very, very strong. Red Reserve, well, if they lose this, they should have one more round where they can force in and get a little buy-in, but also won't have everything at their disposal here. It'll be very, very difficult. That's why it's pretty much essential to at least find, well, 3 or 4 frags in a round like this. I doubt that that's even going to be something that's going to be possible here for Red Reserves. Yet again, at the start of the round, they placed most of their players over towards B. One in the form of Relaxa, aggressive towards these toilets. Already finding one with that, well, not the most beautiful Deagle spray down, but a frag is a frag, I guess. Does get traded back, though. Well, only one frag in a situation like that is only going to make things harder for the rest of Red Reserve here.
Yeah, Vanguard now been able to find that opening kill. I'm sure that the remaining 4 players will just group up and hit one of these bomb sites together, and it looks like it will be towards B. But look at this, the timing for Pleasant could maybe work out as he does make his way into the toilets, could maybe catch the bomb off guard, but he doesn't decide to peek out. He will eventually do so, so may have a bit of a fast flank now to get this done. The noise is being made by the D side. Freddy Frog in a really good position as he drops Dima and is able to retrieve himself an AK. Will it be enough is the question, as right now it's only Buster and Crizin that remain for AVANGAR. And it's looking like the upset could be pulled off by Red Reserve in this round as Buster in a 1-on-2. Does only have 17 seconds to work with, utility in play, but he is just going to plant this safely. This is a really good spot right now. So Buster has a chance to try and clutch this one now. Finds the first. And now it's all on to Freddy Frog. I don't think he's aware that Freddy Frog is in this position, but he is indeed trained towards the heaven position. And because of that, Freddy Frog has himself an easy kill. Red Reserve, they are able to get themselves a bit of a lifeline as they get themselves a 4th round. And now AVANGAR getting the bomb plant means likely we probably will just see a buy coming in. They have loads of economy available, and there you go, loads of money. The op comes out, all the rifles, all the utility is going to be in place also for AVANGAR. So Red Reserve going to be a difficult round once again as AVANGAR still lead by 10. Oh, the wall banger, Relaxa.
Well, is Relaxa going for the bang?
Oh, he didn't get it
just yet, but yeah, Freddy Frog in that last round, he was just that guy. He was that guy matchmaking, just baiting you right there. Well, he was fully flashed, couldn't run out. So I guess that you wouldn't be expecting him towards short there. So, not to worry though, AVANGAR still up by 10 rounds, so they still have plenty of stuff to work with. At this point in time, Red Reserve, yet again though, strong defense over towards B. But yeah, they still need 3 players to cover off that bomb site, whereas AVANGAR, because Red Reserve pretty much never went over towards the B bomb site, at maximum time maybe had 2 players over at B, and then with quick rotates if it had to happen. But yeah, right now AVANGAR, they've repositioned, take it over towards the A bomb site. Now the question is, can they find the first frag here, or will it be one of those Red Reserve guys find the first frag and to cause trouble here for AVANGAR early on?
Nice shot by Relaxa there to take down Kicker, though, but unluckily for him, Dima is going to be able to drop Pleasant, and now they're going to be getting sandwiched in. Players coming in from long will be able to get control of the bomb site, and those 2 players who are aggressive for the CT side up towards toilets, they have been locked out. So it looks like it will be a 4 versus 4 retake now that we will be facing off against to see who's going to be taking this round. And Jame, he hits a great shot on the Relaxa, puts that man advantage in favour of the T side, and DJL, he's not going to be able to find the kill against Buster, so it's not looking good right now for the Swedes as Crizin gets yet another. It's all on to Boatin in a 1-on-4, and he will be traded out after taking down Dima. So it is going to be AVANGAR now taking map and serious point. As a reminder, this is the map choice of Red Reserve, and it hasn't been looking good for them by any means.
To be honest, right now I'm just lost for words. I don't know how to even go at it right now, as AVANGAR absolutely taking Red Reserve apart on a map that is the most played, the strongest map here for Red Reserve. And as I've said earlier, AVANGAR, they barely play it. There's only one map that they play less, it's Cobblestone. And well, don't worry about it. AVANGAR are looking absolutely great here in this matchup. They didn't look so strong earlier on Mirage on their own map pick, but here on the map pick of Red Reserve themselves, they've really come out running. And well, there you go. The first 2 players for Red Reserve have already fallen. And they should already be aware of the position of at least one more, as Pleasant's already gotten a little bit aggressive over towards B. Still though, Dima trying to take some of the attention over towards him as he still has 2 players in connector trying to find that frag. A bomb site completely open for the taking here for AVANGAR if they so please. But right now, they don't even care about the bomb. Just try and find those frags. It doesn't matter. You have so many rounds to work with here, and now the rush comes out. Pleasant with one more. As Freddy picks up one as well. 3v2 situation. Well, they are just hunting for these frags. In the end, it will be Pleasant to find Jame as well. But Buster's there to trade things back. Now, only Freddy still to find. He's still towards short. They're not aware of that position. Yet again, it comes down to Buster and Freddy. Last time around, it did work out better for Freddy Frog here. But Buster to be ready to cover off this B-bomb. So he's spotted though, and there you go. Buster takes it here, and it's 16-14 for AVANGAR. What a game here for the Kazakh team. I honestly don't know what to say, Dean.
Yeah, well, I know what to say. This was said on the desk earlier, so I guess it's okay to say Red Reserve just got fucked. That's all you can say.
Yeah.
But we will now throw it back to the desk and let's see what they have to say. I'm sure they have something more specific and a better, slightly better critique.
Okay, I don't remember us saying that, but thank you, Dean. Thank you to AVANGAR as well. When I said